V8. Why would this be? I guess. Sounds happening. This. Hello, random people who decide to show up and not say anything. Hi, how you doing? Good morning. Hello. How you doing? Good morning. Am I from the United States? America. Where are you from? Guess that's fine. Wait. No, never mind. Usually I'll be all chatty in the mornings. I guess not. Tough crowd. Tough crowds. Whatever. Hey girl, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? I still think about Kim every time somebody says, "Hey girl," and I can't get over you, girl. No matter what I tell myself. What up, who? Is that supposed to be like Urkel, but a feminized version of Urkel? I guess. Not ding ding ding. Did somebody win a prize, nigga? Who won? Was it me? I win the prize. So what your prize is? I know it's gonna be some stupid shit. Might as well just go ahead and say it. Just go ahead and say what the stupid shit is. Don't leave me guessing, man. Don't leave me hanging. The anticipation is killing me. The agony. Hello. How you doing? Is there still anything clear? There is. There is. Come on with it, stupid shit. What's the prize? I'm sorry, you're not stupid shit. I just feel like the prize is stupid shit. Not you specifically. Just whatever the prize is. It's almost 8 o'clock. It's Friday, Friday. Something Friday. Remember that song? With that little white girl? And then they made fun of her for it. I remember her. I think about her on Fridays. I wonder if she's doing okay. What was her name? Rebecca Black? Something like that. She made one song and everybody was like, boo, shut the fuck up. And then she never made anything else ever again. Everybody was like, boo, that's some bullshit. Don't even want a song about Friday. And then she never made anything else. Parents made a video for her. How you know? You was there. You was on the set. You live in the same neighborhood. How you know? How you know, man? I'm tired of people just saying stuff on the internet like it's true. I don't believe it. I don't believe it unless I seen it myself. That's what I just do for the most part. I just take it all as just opinions. So it's common knowledge. It's really not. That's what I'm saying. I don't know because it's not. It's not common knowledge. First of all, most people probably don't even know who this girl is. Talk about this common knowledge, ding dong. If you ask random people on the fucking street, hey, you know who Rebecca Black is? They're gonna be like, who? Who? You'd be like, you know, Friday song, and they probably still gonna be like, who? The what? The what song? It's not fucking common knowledge, nigga. Maybe between us two. Maybe we know who she is. And no. People don't know who that girl is. Shut the fuck up. Y'all just be saying anything. It's common knowledge of how the video was produced and made. Shut up. No, it's not. Maybe to you. Maybe you really, really like her. So you know all the ins and outs. Her details. That's what I'm saying. I hope she doing good. Cause I don't know. I ain't heard nothing else about her. Just seen the song. Everybody made fun of it and then disappeared. That's what it seemed like. That's what it seemed like happened. Yeah, it is doofus. Okay, cool. You look poor. That's not nice. Google it. If you have to Google something, doesn't that mean it's not common knowledge? If you gotta look it up. I feel like that's how it works. Like if it was common knowledge, you wouldn't have to Google it. You know, like common knowledge is like washing your hands so you don't get diseases, which everybody don't do that. But like that's type stuff that's common knowledge, not stuff about some random one hit wonder. That's not even really a one hit. That's not common knowledge. That's not how that works. Oh, you have to Google it, right? Because it's not common knowledge. That's what I'm saying. You know this thing because that's what you like. That's what you're into. But just because you know something, hey, I don't know if you know this. Just because you know a certain thing, it doesn't automatically make it common knowledge to everybody else. I don't know if you know this, but you can know something that's like not actually known to everybody else, and that's why you're telling people to Google it. That's how that works. Because if it was common knowledge, wouldn't nobody have to Google it? like everybody knows about the moon. We know the moon exists. We don't have to be like, hey, there's a moon. Google it. It's common knowledge. It's because you know it doesn't mean it's not common knowledge. No, I remember I just gave the example like 2 seconds ago. I don't know if you have a short attention span, but like there's stuff that is common knowledge for everybody, and then there's stuff that's not, and that's the stuff people don't know that you'll be like, Google it, because it's not common knowledge already. Plus, we're talking about a goddamn little girl that made a song about Friday. Shut up. You don't know a lot of things. We're talking about a girl who made one goddamn song about Friday, and everybody talks shit about it, and she never made no more music. That's what we talk about right now. Yeah, I don't know that, so that means I don't know a lot of things. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm a retard. I don't know shit because I don't know that this girl's goddamn parents made a music video for her however fucking long ago. You're right. That's how logic works, huh? Mm-hmm. Or maybe I just never took the time to care because it's a fucking song about Friday. Talk about gotcha. You win. You got me. You're so much smarter than me. Boy, people on the internet are scary. I got you. You know about the making of this low budget one hit wonder that barely anybody knows about unless you was there and you heard the song. Do you have a boyfriend? Oh, we're on a different topic. No, do you? No. Wait. Friday. I don't even know how the rest of it goes. That's all I know. It's Friday. So I would love to argue with you. Ew. Why? Because you ain't got no life? Because this is like the highlight of your day, nigga? Argue with somebody about the song Friday? That barely nobody knows about? That's fun for you? You have the time of your life, boy, ain't it? So wow, this is great. I would love to be with you and argue with you all the time. This is amazing. Ew. No. Fuck no. I love this. I'm having the time of my life. I'm not. At least one of us is. At least one of us is having the time of their life. I was just talking shit. But who's red? Am I the red one? Or somebody else the red one? Well look, already pissing you off? Is that why you was asking if I had a boyfriend and say you want to argue with me? Oh, it's because you want to argue more. I feel like some of y'all do be having some type of complex where y'all actually get off on that. Just arguing about stupid shit. I don't like that. Find somebody else. I mean, it's okay every now and then, you know. I like to be silly. I like to be goofy, you know. Talk about random shit, but it's like after a while, it's like okay, do something else. Feels comfortable. Oh, okay. Well, prepare to be uncomfortable. I want to check this out. First, subscription glasses. They said I need to wear it on the ground. And the ground look high up, so I'm walking funny. I don't know what that means. Like, was you blind before the glasses? Like, damn. What do you mean the ground looks high up? Anyways. I believe so. Okay. Good morning. How you doing? You know, that happens a lot, to be honest. Some random person start talking to me and they're like, wow, I love this. This is so cool. I'm having so much fun. And the feeling's not mutual. That be happening a lot to me. That's why I be feeling like I gotta dial it back and, reel myself in because somebody gets to thinking that, like, we got this whole thing going on that's not actually happening. Because I just be bullshitting, especially on here. And then someone would be like, wow, oh my gosh, this is such a great exchange and interaction we're having. We should do this all the time. And I'm like, no, no. But we both still here. And now you can't say shit. So that's not true. Do you like raisins? I almost said something mean to you. No, I don't really like raisins. I restrained myself just now. You're welcome. I was gonna talk bad about your mama, but I was like, I shouldn't do that. Just because he asked me if I like raisins, I shouldn't do that. I stopped myself in real time. You're welcome. Because I was thinking it, but I didn't say it. Getting ready for work and going to be with my baby niece. Okay, that's cool. Sounds fun. Be a good example. Mhm. How about dates? Like the fruit, the date? Yeah, I like those. Dates are cool. Something you can't eat too many of them. It's a lot of sugar. I feel like they have like, you know, I don't know if it's like the most, but they got a lot of sugar in them. As compared to other fruits, because a lot of fruits got a lot of sugar in. It's natural sugars, but the dates have a lot. Some people use those just to make like vegan desserts or whatever. Confession out here. It depends on how stupid it is. Try your luck. We'll see. Glycemic sugar? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't fucking know the terminology. I just know it's sugar. I don't know. Wait, wait. Only of sugar do you? I mean, to an extent. I mean, most people are addicted to sugar, so that's why you love it, probably. But like, yeah, it's a thing that a lot of human beings like in general. Yeah. Hi, how you doing? Mm, 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 mm. Excuse me. Glasses new? Fuck no. They old, broken. I need to get some new ones. Talk as if you're not a human being yourself. Oh, okay. Hey, how you doing? You look great in clears. Like clear lenses. Why do y'all do that? Like, I know they got all these different things people do to troll, but like, why is one of them? Yeah, so one time I had a relationship with this person, and now we don't talk no more. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that funny? And I'll be like, no, don't nobody give a fuck. You're a small child that thinks those type of things are like really funny and cool. Yeah, because I feel like that's what's happening. Because when you get older, you know, adults be doing all types of things. You know, like it's just a thing. But I feel like little kids that ain't had no experience in life would be like, oh, what's some scenario I could just make up to say to get attention and have somebody like me. I don't know. Why you read every comments in a ridiculous tone? Because I feel like it. Why do you know this and ask about it like I'm going to change it? You know this, man. You've been here before. How old are you? Don't worry about it. I can play with you all day. Play with your mama, hoe. Get on my face. No, you could not. You can be in the comments. I could do this. I could do this. No, you can't. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You thought. You thought. Never in your life. That's about all the time and attention you get, buddy. Uh-uh. High sandal. Is that what this is? Sandal. Sandal. I'm guessing 30 something. And I'm guessing. I'm sorry. I was going to say something mean. I keep stopping myself. I have great restraint. I apologize before I even said the shit out loud. That's crazy. Just asking as long as possible. There's a reason why you do it. Just curious. Yeah, I gave you the reasons because I feel like it. That's the reason. Mystery revealed. Congratulations, you figured it out. Because it ain't that deep, man. It's like, yo, internet people don't be talking about nothing, but be trying to be like, I'm just trying to figure out what you're saying and why, what the intent and purpose is. And it's like, nigga, we all just here on the internet. Yeah, over here it's 8 in the morning. I'm working. It's just a side quest, just bullshitting. So when somebody says some bullshit, I read it in funny voices because it's funny. Sometimes. Sometimes I just feel like, there's not really a rhyme or reason to it. I don't think I do it every single one. But I don't really know because I don't really pay attention like that. Just moving and through and doing as I see fit. Somebody was just doing that yesterday. I was like, what's the purpose of your channel? What's your intent for this, that, and the third? And it's like the people that be talking like that literally be sitting on their asses, not being productive a lot of the times. But it's like people want to be all like deep. Not saying you did it specifically, because I know you gonna be like, not me, I didn't do it. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying people want to be like, it's like this fake intellectualism, like, oh, let's get deep on this and this thing, and then it's like they don't actually be that they're deep as a puddle, a shallow puddle after it rains. Cause yesterday this man was talking like that, like, oh, what's your intent? What's your purpose? What do you do? And like, why? And what's the reason? Blah blah blah. All that just to be into talking about like demons and stuff, like the occultist, esoteric type stuff, all that woo woo type of thing, and want me to look into something about a certain demon. And so I Googled it just to see what he was talking about. And I'm like, oh, okay, he's just talking about this demon that was talking to Aleister Crowley, and supposedly that's how he wrote one of his books or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. I looked into it and I moved on. He was like, oh, what? You don't want to look into it further? Oh, so just to be clear, whenever somebody brings something to your attention, you're just going to look at it at the surface level and that's it? And I was like, nigga, it's a demon. You ain't explain nothing about how it's gonna benefit my life. About like what is the intent? What's the purpose, nigga? Because he was like doing that to me, like, oh, I wish you're be intentional with this and that. And I'm explaining like I don't feel like I have like this purpose that I gotta stick to, and this is what I'm supposed to do in my life. But at the same time, I am very intentional because I do stuff that I like and I'm interested in, and if I don't like it, I'm not interested in, I'm not doing it. I don't just be doing shit just to do or just because somebody else tells me to do this, look into this or whatever. But that was basically what he was doing. Like, oh, look into this, look into that. And I'm like, okay, cool. I Googled it, but I'm not really interested in it. And then people do this weird thing where it's like, if you're not immediately interested or trying to talk in depth with the thing that they're interested in, it's like, oh, you're not that deep. Oh, you don't like to research things. You don't like to learn about stuff. And I'm like, no, it's because I literally have already looked into that before, like before you brought it up. But people just see a black girl and just assume I ain't never read no books and shit. Assume I ain't never looked into nothing, and just make all these assumptions and be trying to tell me about stuff like it's the first time I ever heard of it. I'm like, little do you know, I've literally looked into that shit like a decade ago. But it's like this fake, I don't know, like fake intellectualism that people be doing, where it's like you really just be looking into stuff because you think it's cool, but it don't actually, like, you can't tangibly explain how it benefits you in life. You just reading stuff and researching stuff because it sounds interesting, sounds cool. You're curious or whatever. And then when someone else is not interested, you try to be like, oh well, clearly you don't read a whole lot. Clearly you're not this, and it's like, nah, it's because I literally already have looked into it. Like I decide, what I feel like, giving my time and energy to, based on if I'm interested in it or not. And I feel like other people don't. I feel like some people literally like consider themselves smart or an intellectual, but it's like they're literally just reading shit and reciting stuff just to like try to look cool. It's not actually like tangible information that actually betters their life. It's just stuff. And then they'll try to have like this intellectual conversation or debate, but it's not even based on facts. It's just like, I'm better than you because I looked into this thing and you don't know every detail about it, type shit. Still dating that bisexual dude? Y'all be on here way too much. I feel like I said that like once, and we didn't even go on a date, actually. I was looking forward to it, but he ghosted me, so nah. But y'all be on here way too much. I literally talked about that man like one time. And that was a while ago. And then you go pop over here, yeah, so you still dating that white guy? Like the information y'all be retaining is crazy. Information is power. Nah, I feel like that's what people say when they just reread a bunch of bullshit and then they can't tell me how it tangibly benefits their life. And they're like, well, you just should like you just should read as much as possible and do this and that. But it's like you get to a point where you see what could actually help you and what can't. You know, would you consider an intellectual person? Myself, because I'm actually interested in studying things so that I can learn more about the world and you know have more information, but it's not like just any information because some of it is like actually bullshit. Good day men eat hairy male asshole. Like y'all don't be eating hairy assholes. What are we talking about? So you ain't never ate no booty in your life, okay? I like to have a conversation with your balls. Is that all you got? Like that's literally all you have? There's no brain cells, no conversation about anything else. It's just literally your balls. Cause that's sad. I feel like some men really be like that. That's why all they joke about and talk about is they genitals, because they literally don't have nothing else going for them. I'd be like, wow, just straight to the nonsense, huh? You wouldn't even go try pretend like you can debate about something you interested in anything else. You not even go try to act like you got a personality, and then it's just straight. Yeah, my balls, because that's all you got is your balls. Wow, sad. I'm glad I got more to offer than some balls. I got brains. French kissing alpha. Okay. Only smart men get joke like that. Nah, y'all don't be as smart as you think you are. And the Dunning Kruger effect is real, especially the people on here, especially the people that end up in my chat. Y'all don't be as intellectual as you think it is. Not really, not actually. Because I've been trying. So people be perpetrating like, oh, let's have this intellectual conversation and debate about this topic. I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it. And then a couple seconds into it, they talk about, yeah, so obviously you just a woman, you this and that. Like to talk about people's actual personality and character and deviating from the topic we was actually having a debate from. And I'm like, that's not what people do. That's not what intellectuals do. So then I just give up. Because I'm like, people don't actually care about debates and being intellectuals like they act like they do, you know? And I feel like the people that do, like, they're actually like on a platform where it's an organized thing. Like, okay, I talk for this amount of time, you talk for this amount of time, and then like we take turns, and then there's like the discussion at the end of it about who won, blah blah blah. But y'all don't be doing that. Most people can't name 3 logical fallacies. I mean, I can't either because I feel like if you can, you're the type of person that like feels like that's the best ammo in a conversation. Like you could just pull out certain terms, but like, no, I can't do that. I guess because I'm not interested in them. Everything in the world ain't that deep. No, I'm talking about people that make it seem like they are deep and intellectual and they want to talk about something, and then all of a sudden they talk about, yeah, well, that's why you ugly, anyways. And it's like we're not even talking about the goddamn healthcare and slavery or whatever we was debating about, you know? That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, it's not that deep to people that don't care about things being that deep. I said hi, I'm gonna say it back. Or you could just not be offended that somebody didn't say hi back to you, little nigga. Because it's not that deep. I said hi. So? So what? No, literally, let's talk about it. So what? So what? If you sat here and you were nice and polite and you said hi and someone didn't say hi back, oh well. That's life. Sometimes you get ignored. Sometimes you get passed up. Oh well. It's okay. It's all right. Ain't nobody harm you. Okay, you good. You're all right. Brush yourself off. It's okay. Let's do my research. I locate the facts so you can move on to more intimate things. No. No, we can do what I feel like doing because it's my show, nigga. It's always somebody on here. Yeah, well, enough of that. Let's talk about something else. Shut the fuck up, ho. Go on your own page and talk about whatever you feel like it. Because why you be doing that? This is not your platform, nigga. It's mine. Your show needed to be anything, just get down to nitty gritty. What? No. You can say that or I say hi back. Huh? I don't know. I don't like people that get in their fucking feelings. I feel like that's weak shit, to be honest. Because I don't. I never sat here and said hi to somebody and then just waited for them to say hi to me back and then got in my feelings when they didn't do it. I just never did that on the internet. I just feel like that's weird. People don't do enough introspection. You know, people don't think about the why and the hows and why they feel the way that they do, and they just try to put it on somebody else. Like it's not somebody else's fault that you feel some type of way because somebody didn't say hi back. You know, like that's not. You know, but like you feel like people will feel some type of way, but then try to like, I feel some type of way because you did this, that, and the third. It's like I ain't do shit to you. You know, you just emotional. You just feel some type of way, but people don't care. They don't do introspection. What feelings yours, nigga? The person that said you could have at least said hi back. That's feelings. I don't know if you know this. Maybe I don't know if you gave much thought to it, but that's literally you being in your feelings because I didn't say hi back to you, and you mad because I'm giving attention to other people, and you're like you're feeding into toxicity. Newsflash is my show. I talk about whatever I feel like. I give attention to whoever I feel like. If you don't like it, get out. But it's like you want the attention, and you feel like I'm giving it to somebody else, so you're in your feelings about it. I'm texting, you're judging them in my feelings. If someone's like, you could at least said hi, that leads me to believe you're in your feelings because I didn't say hi back to you. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. But, you know, whatever. Like I said, it's not that deep. Why did I get mad? Did I say you got mad? Is that what I said? Are there other feelings besides mad? Are there any other feelings you can think of? I feel like we need to go back like what are the feelings? What feelings can you name? Ah, that's how you're reading it. No, that's how you're reading it. I say you in your feelings. You said, where did I get mad? I said, where did I say mad when I say you was in your feelings? I mean, you feel some type of way. That's what it means. You feel some type of way. I don't know exactly, but it's like there's evidence, there's some type of feeling. You feel the type of way that I did not say hi back to you. That's how we got to this conversation. Cause you piped up, hey, I'm gonna read back exactly what you said. I said hi. You could actually say it back. Morning. You be feeding into the toxicity. I don't know. The way it just reads, it just feels like he was in your feelings. But like I said, I could be wrong. You could be perfectly fine and not in your feelings and just wanted to say that I could have said hi back. Anyways, because it's not that deep. Well, did I diss you? I never said that either. I read back what you said. Say, oh no. How's work going for me? I mean, it's the same old, same old. I got the easiest job in the world to work from home. I'll be chilling. It's going great. Speech like honey hope for me. Ain't no one can't be no desire. Everything is running that deep. I mean, it literally depends on the person and what you decide to do. There's people that go real deep on stuff, and there's people that are just, ignorance is bliss type of thing. They just go about their life, la la la, and just do shit, don't think about nothing. It depends on what you feel like doing in this world. There's people that make a living off of researching stuff in depth every single day, And then there's people that just do what they feel like. Don't care about research and evidence and facts. It just depends. Different strokes, different folks. Yeah. You're having a little problem solving sometimes. Yep, yep. But usually no. It's pretty repetitive. Hello. How you doing? You really don't pay me enough to be solving problems for real, for real. I just do sometimes. Excuse me. No, don't call me beautiful. Men can be beautiful. I mean, if you ugly, just say that. Men sure can be beautiful, but if you butt ugly, that's fine too. Don't take the compliment then. Be ugly. Shit. Even though nobody was talking to you. Good morning. He said, I am not beautiful. I'm an ugly ass man. Don't call me beautiful. That's how it reads to me. How dare you? Yeah, I be seeing men sometimes. I'm like, that's a beautiful man. Beautiful man right there. But if you don't want to be that, if you don't aspire to be that, that's cool too. That's perfectly fine too. Not beautiful, maybe handsome. Like I said, different strokes for different folks. I call it like I see it. Maybe people want to think carefully before they ask you something because of your personality. I mean, people should do that in general, but I know a lot of people just be fucking zombies when they go about their life. They just be doing shit, saying shit, and then after the fact, they're like, "Oh wait, that's not what I meant. Hold on." It's like almost like you should just do that in general. You should just think about things before you talk. I think that's a good idea in general for people to do. Been watching too much TV. I don't even have cable. It doesn't work that way. You want an intellectual hangout in the college. No, I'm fully aware that most of the people on here are retarded. I just be saying. I wouldn't be here if I was actually looking for intellectual. I wouldn't even be here. Don't worry about it. It's not that deep. I'm self-aware. I know what's going on here. I know the type of people that come across here. It's not that deep. Cause yeah, I know y'all a little slow. I know, so I don't stress about it. Cause ain't no point. But you actually really cared and only wanted to have certain conversations. Trust me, I would not be here. Trust me. What was my major? International studies with the concentration in comparative politics in Latin America. Don't ask me why. I was really into Latin America, okay? I mean, I'm really into like a bunch of different places and peoples and things and philosophies, but that's just what I was doing at the time. Just because you in college has no connection with your intellect, who's in college? Who's in college, right? I said I had a degree uh, that's been completed already years ago. Who's in college? Mm-mm. Some of the other guys in college. True patriot. What the fuck does that mean? Cause we don't even go there. Huh? Who was asking? I don't know. And I can't desire to turn out second place. Piece of best one easy. It's deep. I know what you're saying. Never gonna leave with things done. Everyone know but love on me. Said I never be too threatened. But wait, I might some enemies. Up down, 100,000 check in, please, baby, now. Please don't consider giving you a begin. When I said, do your job, man, today, put your touch balls in my seatbelt, please. You get it one side by the end of the day. Black top, I really want to play that now. Bachelor of Criminal Justice. Oh, that's cool. I used to want to do that. I used to want to be a lawyer. And then, all the criminal justice stuff until I found out how corrupt everything was, and then I was like, never mind. Some of the things in life you're generally interested in? A lot. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm pretty much interested in like everything except like. Okay, wait, that's not a good way to put it. I was gonna say I'm interested in everything that except stuff I'm not interested in, but that doesn't make any fucking sense. All the stuff you can learn about in the world that I feel like is beneficial to know about. I dabble in those things. So all of it, like space, like microorganisms, diseases, and philosophy, history, uh, different languages, different people, all that jazz. Wait, don't let your her pompous moral grant, huh? You can't just throw in big words and then the rest of it be shit. Her pompous moral grandstanding and self-vindicating sophistry fool you. She's projecting and probably not that deep. You think so? You think I'm projecting and not actually that deep? I mean, that's fine. You could think that. Said name 3 philosophers. First of all, me, because I be philosophizing about stuff. And then I got really into Albert Camus. Camus. I think the S is silent. And also Alan Watts. But I don't like. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's the thing like fake intellectuals do, you know? Like, yeah, name these things. And it's like, my brain just don't operate that way, you know? Like, I'm really into like concepts and like things as opposed to like, oh, I can recall these specific names off the bat. So that proves like how much I study or whatever. But it's like, I've studied a lot of people that I don't remember the names of. And I don't feel like that's a good way to show how deep someone is their immediate recall of specific people's names. Because I suck with names. So I feel like that's not a good way to test that. Me personally. But you don't. Just be on YouTube like I with the ponytail. I don't think I mean he died a long time ago, so he died in like the 70s, I believe. But they do put his stuff on YouTube though. I don't know if he had a ponytail. He did have some long hair towards the end of it. Because if I was like a fake intellectual bullshit, I could be like, oh, you don't know who Alan Watts is? Oh, you need to do research. Like that's what people be doing. But like, I don't really care about stuff like that. But I could. If you live long enough for all philosophical to an extent, sure. Validation, sure. I was saying, okay, now 3D philosophies. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna immediately give you the answer you feel like you would need in order for you to validate me. You could just assume whatever you want. How about that? You could just assume I'm not that deep, man. Because that's weird. Like you can't just make up some little test to be like, yeah, yeah, if you name this, then you're that deep. Like that's not how things work. It's really not. But you could just believe what you want. It's a facade. I'm not that deep because I can't name three philosophers: and monism, pantheism, platonism, because I don't even know what those are, and I'm not interested in them. Japanese baby, I'm literally crying. You're crying over a random Japanese baby, or like, is this ain't 21 questions? Alan Watts isn't that impressive. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't mention Alan Watts to be impressive. Nigga asked me about philosophy. He said Bruce Lee. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It'd be these like I'd be one. I'd be one actually one to have intellectual conversations, but it's like people don't be actually trying to do that shit. Like, that's not impressive. It's like that's not why I look into his teachings and what he be talking about because I'm trying to impress somebody else. It's because I vibe with it. It's because it makes sense to me. Good morning. Seems like in your mid 20s. Who? Because ain't you been here before? Who was in their mid 20s? I don't know what's philosophy of you. I mean, he pretty much was like what I feel like one of the first people to, well, white people to start talking about like Eastern philosophies and kind of bring that to the Western world about like Taoism and just like going with the flow, kind of a little bit of Buddhism, stuff like that. Because a lot of the Eastern philosophies are connected, but he was like the first one to basically like go study that and then just tell like the rest of the white people about it, like for the first time, kind of. Because before that, I mean, especially before the internet, because this is like a long time ago. I think he died in 70 something. So this is before the internet, before you could just like Google shit. He's the first one to like in person talks about this different type of philosophy that a lot of Western people weren't really engaged in, hadn't really heard about before. Did meditation mean? I mean, I didn't say you did. No one said anything mean was happening. I'm just saying, like, it's just weird. If somebody talk about their philosopher they're interested in, you're like, that's not that impressive. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? It's not that I thought it was mean for you to say it's not impressive. I'm just saying, what does that literally have to do with anything? Because if you're doing stuff based on what other people think is impressive, I feel like that's weird. Instead of like what's actually going to benefit you, what you actually like, what you actually want to study. Pretty sure you have a thick skin. I mean, I ain't do it for you, but thanks, I guess, for appreciating it. Very concise for her, not all over the place. And so you shut the direction, the conversation, you derailing it. Sure. Mm. Look up Art Bell, John Lear. I feel like I've heard of Art Bell. Not John Lear, though. I don't really feel like it, though. You say they, what? Isn't that what YouTubers do? Don't they do stuff to impress people to get views? What's that got to do with me? Because I've said that several times that I've literally said I'm an anti influencer. I'm trying to be an anti YouTuber. So if you watch me all the time, and I'll be sitting here in goddamn t-shirts, not caring how my hair looking. Like what are we bringing this up for? Isn't that the point for YouTubers to do stuff to impress people? Sure, some of them do, but do you see me doing that? No, it's irrelevant. East philosophy is monist, which includes Buddhism, Hinduism, Taoism, rally of one. Sure. I feel like that's where I don't retain certain terms and stuff that people come up with because it's like we could talk about monotheism, but then you could like do in depth research on a monotheistic religion and then find that they were actually talking about a whole bunch of other gods and they just like try to hide it and act like, oh no, we've been monotheistic the whole time, and it's like not really a monotheist, like, but so that's why I feel like I don't get hung up on terms like that. Miss, whatever you said before, I did not hear. Okay, it's relevant. Yeah, you talk like that in real life. I mean, I don't really encounter this much nonsense in real life, so no, it's not the same in real life. In real life, I feel like I should be chilling because I don't have to like respond to as much nonsense and stupidity in real life. So I should be chilling. It depends. Every now and then, have a little discussion, a little debate with someone in real life, but not as much anymore. Cause like I said, people don't do it right. Like there's no point. There's no point in me getting into a whole discussion with somebody if 20 minutes into it they're gonna like, oh, so every time you do this, something this happens, you're gonna be like this type of character, and it's like we're not even talking about the thing anymore. Like it's intellectually dishonest, so I just don't feel like doing that. Life is so nostalgic. Nonism is supposed to be. Yeah, okay. Cool story. Go to a water park? Sure. That's random. And don't be a menace too. Honestly, I feel like I'm tired of him. I'm tired of Marlon Wayans, man. Mm, but whatever. For your white girl from Pennsylvania, why do y'all be doing that? So I'm a white guy. Would you have a cup? Like, why do y'all do this? I feel like y'all be the same people that be saying to stop talking about race. Or be saying race don't matter. It's not that serious. But then y'all be saying weird shit like that. So if I'm a white guy, wouldn't you do this? And leave me alone. Who's fix your brakes? Goddamn. Hooting and hollering. Why is your brakes so bad? Nigga? That was loud. Did y'all hear that? They stop right outside here. No, fix it. Gonna wake up the babies. No, I'm being them type of people. I guarantee you, if I had been talking about race, then that same nigga would have been like, stop talking about race. We don't got to bring race into everything. But then they'll be saying, so if I'm a white guy, like, what do, like, don't be a menace. It's gonna be hilarious. And I'm tired of him. That's all I can say. I'm tired of him. It was the first one was cool, but it was also like 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, nigga, this nigga's like 50 something. I just don't get it. Like, do something else. I just don't get it. But, you know, everybody go do what they want at the end of the day. Is it more my speed? I'll leave if you can't handle my connection. That's an odd phrase to say. But I guess it's a really odd way to put it. But sure. Okay. You can go then. I think cute and funny for now. He just said he was leaving. I hate when y'all do that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. It was like, well, I guess I'm gonna go now, and then they don't go nowhere. Why y'all do that? You literally made this assumption that I'm going to leave if you can't handle my connection, and I'm like, okay. And now you want to talk about dinosaurs? No, thank you. I'm alright. Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about dinosaurs on Shannon Sharp show. I tried to watch it, but it was hard. It was a hard watch. Because it's just Neil deGrasse Tyson saying all this facts and cool stuff, and Shannon's just like, all right. Well, how can you tell the difference between different dinosaurs, though? And I'm like, I can't do it. I love Neil deGrasse Tyson though. But I was like, I can't. Neil is such a fraud. In what way? Could you explain how? How is this man? What you call it? I forgot his actual title or whatever that he's mainly studying or into. His place, the Hayden Planetarium. How is he a fraud? He's giving Buffalo Bill vibes. So, is that how he's a fraud? Is that how you explaining how Neil deGrasse Tyson is a fraud because he gives Buffalo Bill vibes? Who's Buffalo Bill again? I forgot. Velociraptors are cool. Sure. Like, is this how people talk about things? Like, this is how you gonna say that someone's a fraud because of the vibes that they give off? Not like the actual evidence of fraud? Okay. I mean, you give off weird vibes, but if I called you a fraud, you'd probably get in your feelings. But constantly changes his beliefs depending on the current talking points. Like what? Which belief did he change based on the talking points? Plus, I feel like that's like intellectually dishonest when people say that sometimes. Cuz you act like people are supposed to like literally hold the same ideas and opinions for like their entire life and they're never allowed to change them when they find new evidence for it. Like that's what you're supposed to do when you learn and grow. But, you know, well, you're just making these like blanket like he constantly changes his beliefs. It's like which like can you name one specifically? Say aliens for one. Does that make somebody a fraud though? If they have a belief and then they're presented with some different type of information and they're like, wait, okay, I'm gonna change what I think about this because I've been presented with this and so now I think differently. Like, does that actually make somebody a fraud or does that mean they're just changing their mind based on new information? And be like, okay, I'm taking this into consideration. I thought about it. Maybe what I thought before isn't actually what I think now. You know, like I feel like it's kind of unfair to just say to people to just hold the exact same thing for like their entire life, and they're not allowed to change it. And then the minute they do, they're dishonest and they're a fraud. Like I feel like that's weird. Some say where's like the like, but I feel like people do that all the time. And like I'm telling you, it's these like fake intellectuals. Like I've seen videos where they're like, "Oh, they're saying this. Well, 2 years ago they just said this opposite thing," and it's like, so like like I feel like that's the opposite. Like someone who stays the same no matter what evidence you give them, and it's just like, nope, I'm holding on to these rigid beliefs. Like that's bad. You're not supposed to do that. That doesn't like you're literally like not being open to new information and open to change. Like you're closed minded if you do that. But like when people do that, then people like, you changed up, you switched up, you're a fraud. And it's like, no. The fraud is someone like a fraud would be if this nigga never actually got the degree that he said he did. And he's just been lying this whole time. Like that's a fraud. Fraud is if this nigga said he was married and then the whole time like the lady don't exist. You know, fraud's like blatant, like you're putting off something, and then that's not actually the case whatsoever. Fraud's not changing your mind when you learn new information. Words have meanings, you know. Make movies like that anymore. It depends on the situation. People just have core beliefs. Once you got hold of it to the same level, switch up. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that's like cringe, which I hate that word, but I've literally seen videos where someone's like, It'd be like religious people though. They're like, oh yeah, this person's a hypocrite. They were saying this 2 years ago, and now they're saying this. And the person literally will have videos explaining how they used to think a certain way until certain experiences happening, or they presented with what they think is different evidence. So now they feel differently. Like they literally will explain all this, and someone's like, yeah, they're a hypocrite. They think differently now. It's like, wait, like that's no, that's not what a hypocrite or a fraud is. That's not what's happening. Not exactly he's a fraud. Okay. And still haven't gave any evidence for it. Like you literally just said, okay, yeah, he's a fraud. I think it's literally you just don't like him. But there's no evidence. You still haven't given concrete evidence of how he's a fraud. You just don't like him or agree with him. I feel like that's a better way to say it. Because everything I watch him a lot, everything I've seen seems pretty consistent. Except he'll say like he's open to changing his belief about like God and stuff. But again, I feel like these are things that like make people more intellectually honest and like open minded, and people try to be like, oh, they're bad fraud person because they changed their mind. It's like how? Like how? I don't understand how. Get rid of how he can succinctly explain the most complex subjects. Born again Christian. Oh, that's why you think he's a fraud. Because you're born again Christian. And he's not. Talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson. What's my favorite color? Green. Because nobody said concretely how he was a fraud other than because he changed his opinion about aliens. Which I'm like, that's literally like, this is what I'm talking about. These are the intellectual conversations that like people act like they trying to have, but then it's like, okay, if this man's a fraud, what's the evidence for it? You can't say he's a fraud because he had one opinion about aliens and then changed it, and now he has a different opinion about aliens. That's not what makes a person a fraud. Like that's dumb. That's intellectually dishonest. There's no logic to that. He'll type, I got bread. Don't fumble me. And say you think he's a fraud. Well, then if you're not the one that said it, then obviously I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about whoever said he was a fraud. Like, why do y'all do that? I didn't say it. Then I'm not talking to you. Stupid. That wasn't me. Then why are you talking? Why are you defending something that's not like I'm talking. I ain't even say nobody's username. Did I say if you don't get you specifically? Or was I just talking? I didn't say that in all caps. Nigga, did I say you did specifically? No. You just a hit dog hollering. That's what it seemed like. Change your position based on facts is called being mature. I mean, that's what I thought. But I feel like a lot of people really have that opinion. Oh, if you change your mind at any sort of time, you're a fraud, you're a hypocrite. It's like, what? No, I feel like you literally are a retarded individual if you can hold a belief and then you present it with something that could possibly change it. You're just like, nope. My belief is strong. I'm not changing that for shit. Like you know everything. Like you God or something. You kill oh you're Christian. Oh, I did say that. I said probably. I was just throwing it out there. I don't actually know that to be true. I said probably. I was very careful with new information. They were trying to infiltrate your mind with this information. I don't gotta be careful with shit. Because, like I said, I take in information that I feel like is gonna benefit me and gonna help me in my life, and that's what I go with. That's what I stick with. I don't just blindly pick up stuff and look into things just because somebody else is telling me to. Just because they pushing in the algorithm. If I see something I don't like, I'll push not interested in a heartbeat. Other people don't do that. They'll just look at shit that they show you all the time and be like, "Yup, this is reality. This is what's going on." I actually said I love Neil. Okay, cool. That's fine. But like I said, most of what I was saying was directed at whoever said he was a fraud. So if you didn't say that, I wasn't talking to you. What I said specifically to you was, oh, if you're a Christian, you probably know, because a lot of Christians, religious people, tend to have issues with people who aren't religious and just talk about science, and they don't really believe in God. This is the thing. What's your name? I'm Lawrence. Regina. Artist. Bert. You're really be getting on your feelings. You had all caps. Take accountability. Yeah, take accountability for me saying you probably have an issue because you're Christian. If you don't, then you don't. If you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. And there's some weird, man. Martin theme song. That's where I was going. Yep. I do have to do some sort of work, actually. I know I look like a bullshit, but I got a job to do. Got a job, got to do. I get done to it too. Oh, those paragraphs. Okay. You know, it's a new movie about aliens. I don't know. If you're not careful, it can corrupt your thinking. That's why I find myself do not entertain every conversation. Sure. Like fundamentalists, Iraqi, yes, however, not all religious people are anti-intellectuals. Some of the greatest minds in history. Might be taste abuse. Sure, yeah. You're too young to remember that show. You're right. I'm young as hell. I ain't never watched Martin in my entire life. Wrong. You're making assumptions. It's one of my favorite shows. Queen, you gonna ignore a real one after a nigga shut his shut? I'm saying you ain't single. I can fly you up, bread on deck, fruit. I don't believe you. I don't even think you got no money, no job. I don't think you full grown adult. I don't believe anything you're saying. Shut up. Martin Lawrence had a show back in the day. Shut up. Stop talking. Just stop fucking talking before I block you. Go try to tell me. Nigga, you're white. That's the type of shit white men be doing. Actually, so there was this black show called Martin, and he had this girl in there named Gina. I don't know if you know this. Shut the fuck up. That's why you single and don't nobody like you because you say stupid shit like that. Because you try to tell black people about black shit like they don't know. Just because it's one of your favorite shows because the white people love us. Whatever, bro. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you go ahead and drop it. Right. Right. Because what are you talking about? I ain't never in my 31 years of living. Hey, so yeah, there's a show that used to come on back in the day. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Who are you talking to? I don't like myself, checkmate. Like you win because you don't like yourself? That's not good. You should like yourself. That's not how you win some. My favorite artist of all time don't have one. I feel like that's too close to idolizing somebody, and I don't do that. I have different people that I listen to at different times. That's where you get into supporting people that you don't really know about, and they be doing shit. And yeah, no. So it shows like I'm vacuuming the carpet on your head. I don't think that's a good joke. Vacuum my head. Good morning. How you doing? Why do they do it like that? Excuse me. What time is it? An old comment about a show, and then I don't know what's the comment said to. What? Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Like pot. Anyway, he said put something in his music to run. Bird. It might not be even cup of tea. Huh. Tupac Shakur. I kind of feel like only white people do that. Maybe. Never mind. Anyways, D-Max, Jadakiss, T.I., Eminem. Tunchi? You white, ain't you? Don't come for me, but you white, ain't you? If you don't get your, are you white? Are you a white person? If I'm wrong, that's cool. But are you? Because I ain't know people was calling that man Tucci in a casual conversation. I don't think I've ever heard it. I'm not judging. I just want to know. Morning. I don't know. It's just the way you said Tupac's full name, and then Tucci. I don't feel like black people be doing that. I could be wrong. I know somebody gonna be like, "You're racist." I don't care, but I just feel like that's a thing. I mean no harm. I mean no offense. I'm just saying. I just want to know. Can you tell me, please? Can you tell me? Can you confirm my suspicions or deny them, please? Oh, Tino. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. And I don't mean anything wrong by it. Don't get all offended. Don't get your panties in a bunch. It's just for my own personal database. If something impossible happened to you, would you tell everyone or keep it to yourself? Oh, I keep it to myself. I tell some people like immediately after the thing happened, but I mostly keep it to myself. I was thinking about that yesterday. I was thinking about an experience I had. You know, I felt like something crazy happened, and I was literally thinking about how like I'm glad I'm not one of them type of people that like got to go around proving shit like, I swear this thing happened. Like you got to believe me. And it's like I just experience things, and if I feel like they happen, then cool, and that's enough for me. I literally was thinking about that because I thought I saw a demon a few years ago, and well, I guess now I'm telling people about it, but it was like at the time, like it's like I'm sitting here and I'm seeing something, and I'm like, okay, I know like I'm coherent and like I'm in my right mind, and I'm looking at this thing, and I was like, I don't, based on my knowledge, based on what I've heard, it looks like a demon, but I'm like, why? Like for what reason? And then it like went away. Then that was it. But I feel like some people do have experiences like that where they like feel the need to just like, I swear this thing happened, like gotta convince other people that you had this experience. But I don't feel like I don't be feeling that. 'Cause I've had quite a few, well, not quite a few, only a few, not quite a few, just a couple experiences like that where it's like something that I couldn't really explain, didn't have an explanation for, and then I'm just like, oh well, okay. Didn't nobody die or nothing, so yeah, I feel like it's fine. That's why, like, I'm agnostic, but I'm open. I'm open minded because I feel like I've literally seen stuff with my own eyes. Some things. Tell me you're gonna confuse Puerto Ricans with Anglo Saxons, man. Y'all be the ones when somebody call y'all black. No, 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 no. I'm not black. No, no. Because y'all be having brown skin, but whatever. It's all social constructs at the end of the day, anyways. So testimony is transformative experience. Yeah, I know, but I feel like people, it's like a need for validation. Like it's not like a validated experience in some people's lives if they can't convince somebody else that it happened to them. So they like put a lot of effort and energy into that, like make videos and you know. I just don't feel the need to do that because the demon didn't say nothing. It didn't do nothing. It was just there, and then it wasn't there. So I was like, well, it's like seeing a squirrel outside or something. Guess it would have been different if it said it did anything. You took me hardcore ebonics. What? Who? Oh, that guy. Are you trying to out ebonics somebody else? For what reason? You in the Lord? That sounds suspect. Just kidding. Those different frames. These are old. I need to get some more glasses. They broken. I just don't wear them that much because they're old and broken. I mean, I can still see out of them, obviously, but. Ew. Would I do what? What would you do for a Klondike bar? Ah, yes, the Latinos are outside again. Do the landscaping. Pull up to the microphone. It's a crazy thing to say when your username is the Jews killed Jesus. And that would have been more interesting if you talked about that instead of making fly jokes. It's not a joke, it's a fetish. I don't care either way. I have as much care for it if you're joking or if you're not joking. I care the same amount, which is not at all, to be honest. What's in that clang? I am gonna take my break soon. Huh? So what do you be mine into? Mm-hmm. Polls. Polls people like him, the really choose go missing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I wish we could do more about it instead of just talking bad about people. Could actually do more about it. See, a Christian. Mm-mm-mm. Is this the testimony portion of the chat? Live? I feel like testimonies are such like this. Damn, Julio! I don't know what his name is. I feel like testimonies are such like a. It's like this whole thing that's just someone's personal experience that you have to take their word for, you know? Just because they believe it was some significant thing, which I'm not taking away from it. Because what people experience is what they experience. But, you know, it's real. Because you can't usually prove anything. You know, most people have a testimony. You can't really, like, prove that it happened with, like, evidence and stuff. It's just like, this personal experience that people say they have. Which, like I'm saying, they could have it, but they could have not. You know, at the end of the day. Child traffic spot because I'm screwing around. Yeah. I just think it's funny anytime someone's like, actually, there's this evidence that the government is like super corrupt and they be doing fuck shit. It's like, yeah, no kidding. No shit. It's almost like people that are usually the ones in power and in charge over people. And it's almost like they got some type of weird complexes and they're not good people. They be doing fuck shit and then hurting other people, including children. So, like a testimony about demon? No, it's not sort of. It's exactly like it. That's why I literally say I don't go out of my way trying to convince people that I saw this thing because I'm like, I might have. I might not have. I can't prove it. I don't have no video that I can go back and be like, look, it was right here at this time frame, you know? So yeah, no, that's what exactly what I'm saying. Like it's just this thing where it's like you feel like you experienced something and that's pretty much just it, you know? I mean, two people can experience the exact same thing and give two different testimonies about it, you know? Like two people could be in a car accident and one person could be like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't die. It's cuz God saved me. Wow. Life is beautiful. I'm going to serve him now." And then the other person in the passenger seat could be like, "Oh my gosh, I almost died. I got fucked up. Shit. Now I got to pay for this and this and I got medical bills and my life is bad." And they could like spiral downward, you know? It could be two different things from the same exact experience. It just depends on like the person and like how they want to look at it and how they want to move forward and stuff. You know, what kind of work do I do? I can't tell you. It's a secret. If I tell you, I have to tell you. I Mm-mm-mm. Tell multiple testimony, write a short essay. I used to be not anymore. That's cool. What else was he trying to spell? What? Oh, that's cool. There's a more empirical grounding, and all can be empirically proven, including the concept of piercing. True. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's bong o'clock. I mean, I'm like 6 minutes late, but it's about to be bong time. Bongo time. I've been sober this whole time. I saw you the first time, sweetie. When I came back from the bathroom. I've seen you already. You can keep doing it though for engagement. He's like, just in case. I know he was gone, so I'm gonna do it again. Because you didn't see it the first time. No, I saw it. I promise. You're seen. You're heard. We all know you stupid. We got it. They had to make sure they don't be knowing if somebody can see him. Sometimes you didn't react, so I had to make sure. Make sure you can see me. Don't worry, we can all see you. Don't worry. You got your little attention. There you go. I know you need that. I know you've probably been neglected. Like, what are you talking about? Twisting his fingers. What are you Finally, someone sees me, head ass. Now you see him, now you don't. Finally! Just when he thought he was getting the recognition he was longing for. When the world needed him the most, he disappeared. A quarter to go. Wait, if he could throw it in the trash can. I've already concluded that racism is so dumb. Like, the reasoning behind it, the way that they exhibit it, it's just so dumb. Like, I'll just be like, okay. Like, it doesn't make any sense. The whole thing about it actually frustrates me more to talk about just the basis of racism and how it doesn't have any logic or reasoning to it. Like the whole thing is, I'm a white person, you're a black person, you're beneath me, whatever. But it's like, but they're always watching us. They're always trying to get our attention. They're always into like what we're doing and worried about it. And like you see videos all the time with a black person is minding their business and white people are like, hey, you can't take pictures of yourself in a bikini right here by the pool. You can't do that. I just seen a video like that yesterday. She looked so good too. She was just standing there taking pictures. And this white lady came and was just like, you can't do that. And the girl was like, just to show you, this is where we were at, this little corner. And she was like, this is where they were at. It was all the way across the pool, like the other side of the pool. And then they came all the way over there, was trying to tell this black girl that she couldn't be standing there taking pictures of her own self. I'm like, that is actually crazy, like the obsession. It's like you so convinced somehow that someone's beneath you, but then you just spend all your time and energy on them. Like they don't do racism right. It bothers me. If you don't like somebody, you should leave them alone. Not like endlessly bother them and antagonize them and try to get a reaction out of them. But that's what stupid people do. So making life about race. I feel like it's always the white people that be constantly watching us that will say stuff like that. Because I be trying to talk about other things. We had a whole discussion about other things before this point. I think this is the first time race has actually been mentioned so far since I've been live today, as far as I know. Except for when we talk about Martin and how white people try to be like, "Oh, look at this black thing that I'm into. Obviously, you don't know about it," or something like that. But racism and divide and conquer style. I don't even think it's that deep, honestly. I keep saying I feel like racism is directly tied to low IQ. Like I don't think there's this like sophisticated thing behind most of it. I think they're literally just stupid because they say stupid things. Like I could be sitting here minding my business and someone just be sitting here like EBT, yeah, welfare, a bunch of baby daddies, and I'm like, no, none of those. Never, never in my life. And they'll just say the same thing over and over. I'm like, wow, it's almost like they're just actually retarded, and the things they say don't hold any weight, and they just make up lies to try to make somebody feel some type of way about themselves because they probably feel some type of way about their own selves at the end of the day. Smoke session? Oh yeah, I was about to get into it. Thank you for reminding me. You're a small-minded individual. Is that why you here? Is that why you've been here watching me for so long, Ken Edwards? Trying to get my attention? Because I'm so small-minded. Is that why? You just really want to talk to a small-minded individual? Is that why? Is that why you're here? Does that make sense? I don't think so. But like I'm saying, that's what stupid people be saying. Cause real, I like it's really an obsession. I don't be going to white people's pages and be saying no. Shoot, first hit of the day. But like I don't be going to white people's pages like trying to say all this stuff to like get a reaction out of them and trying to like prove I'm smarter, better than them or whatever. But like they do that here a lot. I'm like the obsession is real. To things they don't understand. I don't know on the internet. No effects. I do think that's funny also. It's a very interesting thing to me that racism used to be very blatant and they used to be in your face and like take you out your goddamn house and lynch you and burn your house down. Like they used to do that shit and now it's just literally on the internet. It's literally just behind closed doors and then they'll get exposed when they're in certain positions and it's like, oh my gosh, this person said something racist, but it's like it didn't never go nowhere. They just decided not to be as blatant about it as is in your face about it. It didn't actually stop, at any point in time just because everything's integrated now. But I do like I think that's interesting how they decided that somehow. Like we're gonna go from just blatant racism, fuck you, like in your face, like lynching people, and then it went to okay, we're only gonna say it on the internet when we don't have a profile picture and not actually to your face. I think it's interesting. For racism, then we're all literally the same race. Racism, the same, just look different. For sure. Because stupid people didn't go away. That's what I'm saying. Like it's this thing that I feel like is just a direct result of like stupidity. Like I feel like it's not even like the sophisticated thing that people make it out to be. Like, oh, it's to control people and divide. It's like it does do that, but I feel like it's just because the people that are perpetrating that are just stupid. Like, and so it just naturally divides people because they're so stupid. The trend in racism has drastically decreased for blacks, in your opinion, and has increased tremendously for people of other nationalities, in your opinion. Even if racism disappeared, some other people would still find new ways. I mean, it was an episode like that with Fairly Odd Parents. When he wished that everybody looked exactly the same and they would still try to compare who was the blobbiest and the grayest blob. So yeah, facts. People is always gonna do that shit. Even if everybody somehow looked exactly identical, they would still be trying to be like, no, actually, I'm more grade, more of a blob than you. And it's like, wait, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's stupidity. It's like what are we doing? You know, we all here trying to exist in this world, and then some people are like, actually, you're not as good as me because you got more melanin, and it's like, what? Like wait, like it's like it's stupid. It's not even really like this mean complicated thing. It's literally just dumb. Like I don't like you because you look different than me. Like okay, did you take the time to get to know me? No. Okay. You know that's dumb. Everybody's different. That's beautiful. Yeah. I mean, some people should be put down because they be doing crimes against children and vulnerable people. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we all just different people. There's ordinary people. We don't know which way to go. You've truly experienced racism and you want an excuse to explain why your life is unfulfilled? No. I don't know what you're talking about. It's giving the things racist people do when they just make up stuff about somebody and it's not based on facts. My life is fulfilled. I have a great life. I live in a gated community. I work from home. I don't have pants on right now. And I'm on the clock. I know it looks like I don't be doing shit, like I'm bullshitting, but I'm actually getting paid right now. I don't know if you know this. I know you probably thought we was all just sitting here unemployed together, but my life is actually fulfilled. Like like I could always have more. It would be cool, but like I'm content. I like what I got going on. Why do people create a racism on the ministry? Now they want to mention about the victims complaining. Nah, that's just one of the things. Because, like I said, racism is just all stupidity. So it's like I could just sit here, be minding my business, and just casually mention something about race, and they'd be like, "Oh, you're blaming white people for your horrible life," and I'm like, I never said anything like that. My life is great. Like anytime I mention race, there's always one white person that's like, "Stop victim blaming." And I'm like, I'm not a victim just because something is obviously occurring and happening. Like I have experienced racism before in the past, a long time ago, but like I'm not someone who's actively like my life is so horrible because of white people. Like my life is great. I'm smoking weed on the clock. I know somebody else might be like, that's lame. That's not a good life. To each their own. I'm fine with it. Work from job is fucking best. Exactly. Exactly. I was gonna say people be trying to say here like you're miserable, you're this, you're that. I'm like, baby boy, if you only knew that this is like the best time of my life. Like I've been down bad before. I've been depressed. I've been worried about how I was gonna pay for shit before, and I'm not in that place now. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I wish that everybody could get to that place. So I'm subconsciously holding on to the thoughts that kind of made in your head. No, that's what I'm saying. Racism is literally like most of the racism or like racist remarks on here, like it's literally someone just making up something and being like, "This is you. This is what you got going on." I'm like, no, not at all. Like someone could just be like, "Oh, you got a bunch of kids by different daddies," and I'm like, you don't hear nobody running around in the background. School's out. Like where they at? You know? I'm saying racism and stupidity. Don't let it define your life. Yeah, it doesn't at all. Just because I talked about racism doesn't mean it defines my life. But thanks for your advice that nobody asked for. Point out racism and then stand against you. Like, try and dump a big excuse as to why it's okay to be racist. Nah, they literally will say like the most fucked up shit. And then I can just literally just talk about racism, like just the fact that it exists still. And they're like, don't blame us for your horrible life. Do better. Don't make racism your whole identity. And I'm like, it's literally not. I literally was talking about a whole bunch of other stuff that I was interested in before this conversation just now about racism. We talking about science. We talking about philosophy. We was talking about a whole bunch of stuff that is actually part of my identity that I actually do every day. Like my life is definitely not harping on racist, stupid people all the time. You're very sensitive. I mean, this is what they gotta like when people do that. Like, if you say something and it's not true, and I'm like, that's not true, then yeah, I'm being defensive because the thing you say, like the opposite of being defensive is just like, yeah, you're right. My identity is all wrapped up in racism, but it's not true. So obviously, I'm gonna defend against that. But people always use that to like try to put somebody down, like, oh, you're being defensive. It's like I don't have to defend it because I know it's not true, but it's like, no, I'm just taking the time out to let you know that's not actually the case. So yeah, I am defending myself against what you're saying because it's not true. But if you want to keep believing that, that's cool. It'd be weird, but I don't like when people do that. Like you can't just lie on someone, and when someone's like, actually those lies aren't true. Oh, we're getting defensive, huh? Like, what am I supposed to do? Just yeah, you're right. The lies are true. Like, what do you? But people always do that shit, especially online. Because the whole idea, half the time when people are talking, is like to try to make someone feel some type of way. Oh, it's not the case. I don't know, man. Anyways, new topic. Anyways, I mean, like, I don't know, man. There's a difference between someone just being emotionally defensive and someone literally saying, no, this thing you said just now is actually not true. Like, it's just a big difference. And people try to act like it's like the same thing online mostly. And it's intellectually dishonest. Like, people try to do that, like, ha, I got you. New topic. This is the topic now. I don't like when people do that. It goes back to like the fake intellectual thing I was talking about earlier. When people say something it doesn't have like logic and reasoning to it, but they act like it is, like they're winning this fake debate that they started out of nowhere. Like, no, people do that a lot because it's like the main thing people are trying to do when they're on the internet for some reason is like try to prove that they're better than someone, and as soon as somebody like shows any type of emotion or says no, that's not true, it's oh, you're defensive. Oh, that means I'm winning, and it's like that's not how things go. It doesn't make any sense. Like, you can't just say whatever you want. And then when someone's like, actually, the things you're saying aren't true, it'd be like, well, you're getting all defensive. Like, like, what is this? Shouldn't share your friends, your opinion. See how you might feel that way about what I'm trying to. And then another thing what people do is they'll feel some type of way and automatically assume the person that they're talking to does. Cause I'll never be feeling no type of way. Just putting that out there too. I'm emotionally regulated. I'm at peace with myself. I love myself. I'm very content with my life. So even if I do raise my voice or have some passion about what I'm talking about, I don't actually ever feel any type of way, especially on the internet because it's the fucking internet. And I feel like half of y'all aren't even real people. But like, I don't actually be feeling no type of way. And there's always someone at some point that's like, nah, I didn't make you feel some type of way. And I'm like, don't worry. You don't got to worry about that. That's not happening. Like like I've heard the worst of the worst. I promise. There's nothing you could actually say that's gonna make me feel some type of way because I don't feel some type of way because other people make me. I decide how I'm gonna feel and how my day's gonna go and I'm gonna feel like when I interact with people. Kind of weedy blazing. I don't know. I don't remember. I just know it's indica. I think it's Goofy's. I think it's the Goofy's one. Excuse me. What? We need to come together. We can't let Jewish and Machiavellian divide and conquer tactics divide us. I'm glad you added that at the end. Because I was like, you ain't about to do shit. We gotta get together. Y'all be the main ones that ain't gonna actually go outside and do shit. You ain't about to overthrow nothing. You ain't about that. Like. Hello. Welcome back. I made your own edibles. I tried one time. It stunk up the whole apartment. I was like, that's doing too much. I'd rather just buy them. But I really don't do edibles like that. I'd rather just smoke the herb. That reminded me of this random clip I saw of Omar Gooding. And he was talking about like his brother being blackballed and all that stuff. And he was like, it's stupid when people say weed's a gateway drug. He was like, gateway to what? He was like, I just smoke and drink, and if I wanna feel something more, I'm just gonna smoke some more, drink some more. I was like, no facts, cause like I ain't never felt the need to try nothing else. Like I did shrooms, cause like it was just other people around me, like we're doing shrooms. You want to do some shrooms? And I'm like, sure, but like, and then cause I never heard anybody dying from that. But like other stuff, I don't be feeling the need to like, cause I feel like that's when you like not at peace with yourself and you just constantly looking for some type of escape or some way to like, you know. Like, I feel like that's what gateway drug, that type of thing. Because it's like, I smoke weed. I started smoking weed when I was an adult, when I was 18. And I do it because I like to. And I just feel like it's weird when someone's like, oh, you better, no, because that's a gateway drug. You might do something else. I'm like, I'm literally not going to go smoke cocaine or do cocaine. I don't even know. Do you smoke it? Do you inject it? I don't know. But I'm like, I'm literally not about to do none of that shit. Because if I want to feel some type of way, I just smoke some more. There's some people that's like, this ain't enough. I gotta feel more. Because they're like extremely unwell and they probably need therapy. I don't like people like that. I used to hate smoking with people that's like, you try to put some shit in the weed because it's not good enough for you. Yeah, let's put this in there. Let's put this. No, no, no. I'm good with just the herb. My life is fine. I don't need to escape. I'm cool. I just be a little high, you know. Get way to an appetite. They're told to smoke at least to smoking meth. No, people that smoke meth is people that want to smoke some goddamn meth. Not somebody that smoked weed. It was like, huh, I like this. I think I want to try meth next. Like that. I don't. That's not an automatic correlation. That's what people that just. It's because all the fucked up people that do other shit and then happen to have smoked weed first. And then they just made it this some type of correlation. It's like, no. It's just that fucked up people actually happen to have smoked weed too. Cause it's like half the time they'll do that when they can't get something else. When they want to do the hard drugs. They can't get to this, so they smoke some weed. I feel like that's where that comes from, for real, for real. Like, no. I don't feel like that's ever been a thing where people, you know, growing up, meet mature, smoke some weed, and no, this is lovely. Let's try crack. Let's try meth. Like, why? No, who's doing this? If you uneducated, maybe. Maybe if you just in some rural town where you don't know shit. But no, I know the dangers of doing other drugs. I've seen the people slumped over. I don't want no parts of that. I think 1,000% into this year. Insurance type smoker just didn't make me hallucinate. Yeah, no, I did shrooms. I know exactly what it feels like. I've microdosed on it also. Hmm. Like really, the people that be talking shit about weed, it's like you could tell they just don't know about it, and they're just saying the worst. Or it's like it's the people that smoke weed, and it's like they already ain't shit in life, so it's like, oh, look at them smoking weed has ruined their life, and it's like no, they already didn't have no motivation and discipline. Cause I smoke weed every day. I have plenty of discipline, plenty of motivation, and I don't even drink. I don't even like alcohol. I don't even like how that feels. For real, for real. Mostly it make me have to pee too much. Got a bladder of a squirrel. But like I'm very like this is what I do, this is what I'm trying to do. Like ain't nobody influencing me in no type of way. Like but and it's different strokes for different folks. Cause some people can't smoke. They gonna be tripping. Some people cannot smoke weed. It's not good for them for whatever reason. So it's like it's not for everybody. Like I'm not one of them type of people that's like everybody smoke weed or it's for everybody. Like no, I feel like you have to know yourself, but also the people who like automatically against it. I feel like it's because they probably them type of people that don't need to be smoking. But then it's like you taking that your own experience and be like it's bad. It's bad for everybody. It's like nah, speak for yourself. Because honestly, there's people that's doing cocaine every day and they show up to work on time. I wouldn't advise it, but there's people doing shit out here all the time. You don't know about it. There's people tweaking. Mhm. But it's like weed just gets this automatic bad rap. Like we're gonna oh yeah. I feel like it makes me type faster. Mm. I be locked in. That's what I'm saying. It's different strokes for different folks, and then it's like different terpenes. Those are gonna affect you different ways based on your body chemistry and your mood and all this stuff. Like it's a whole bunch that goes into it. It's definitely not this black and white. Like we good, bad. Like it's not. It's gonna depend on the person, what you got going on, your level of discipline, what you can do. Like you gotta be self aware out here. Cause there's people addicted to eating too damn much. Like they got a problem. They not doing no drugs, but they're just eating too many goddamn calories, and they can't stop. You know. Somebody gonna worry about it. Like I feel like there's people that be on here talking shit, and they're like, "Oh, you smoking weed? You need to stop that." I'm like, I guarantee you got somebody in your family that drink too much. Guaranteed. And you worry about little old me. They go to work every day, do my shit. I mean, I know I've been bullshitting this morning. I promise you, they fine. Makes the fast good feeling. Cash like it's real indica. Not for me. The army dudes who love coke. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's that white people stuff. Cause you can do all this. We're one race. We're all one people. But I'm telling you, I think there's categories for a reason. I think there's some stereotypes are for a reason. I'm not even gonna hold you. Because people's bodies and shit are actually different. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's literally people who could do shit like that and be fine. And there's people that could do that one time and they gonna die. But I kind of feel like white people's built differently. Cause I had a friend like that in college. We was hanging out one time. Like, what you do over the weekend? Oh, I was just running errands. What you do over the weekend? I tried cocaine. I was like, what do you mean? You tried cocaine over the weekend? Like, and she was white. Well, she's half white, half Filipino, basically white. But I was like, nah, y'all just different. Just move differently a little bit, and it's okay. I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying there's some differences between us. Cause they just be casually doing the shit. Like, yep, yeah. You want some? I'm like, no, no, you got it. I'm good. I'm cool. White boys love the coke, man. I ain't fucking with it. Gigi, hey, welcome back. Hi, how you doing? Hey, how you been? Wow, it's very rare. We have another woman in here. As you know, served not far from Nashville. Oh Lord, casual cocaine is crazy. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. That's what Rick James said. I mean, I just don't have no desire to do something that I've seen that you can literally see mess up people. Like there's nobody just that's fucked up for the rest of their life because they smoked a joint. Now, if it's laced with something, that might be a different story. But like nobody's like fucking up their life and dying and having all these negative consequences just from smoking weed. Like nobody's doing this. Like not specifically that. So I'll be like, what's all the stigma, what's all the backlash? And I feel like it's literally started from people who couldn't smoke weed. Like they smoke it, they get a bad reaction, whatever. So then they're the people telling everybody else, "It's bad. You shouldn't do it. It's horrible." Bad people who haven't abused drugs feel anything. Yeah, no, that's bad. There's indica and sativa. Wow. Like I said, I feel like people just build different because I cannot smoke sativa to save my like. I'm like, this sativa, get it out, throw it out, throw it away. Fuck that shit. I do not like sativa. It's gonna make me feel weird. But indica, yeah, love it. Because everybody's different. And there's different terpenes and different strains. And I think that's mainly the most of it too. With the difference between indica and sativa is mainly the terpenes, like the distribution of them, like mostly of certain kinds. But yeah, yeah, some people it's gonna be the exact same thing. For me, I'm like hell no. The sativa, I do not want it. It's gonna make me upset. It's like it feels like a weird high. It's like I'm high, but not really, and I'm like I'm trying to get there, and I'm like, what is this? What's happening? And then I smoke indica, and I'm like, yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was looking for. So go ahead, panic didn't mean send me. Yeah, yeah. I don't know people like that. Like this is one guy. We was hanging out, and I was like, "Oh, do you smoke?" And he was like, nah, because one time I smoked and I was hallucinating, and I saw this golden egg and this that. I was like, "Oh, okay, never mind. No, you don't need to do that." No. He was like, "I never smoked weed again." I was like, hopefully, it was actually weed and not some late shit. But, some people just can't for whatever reason. Some people do, have panic attacks and anxiety or whatever at different from different things. I'm not sure trying to explain the difference. She's saying she ain't feel no difference. What you explain the difference to it for? Plus, what you mean edibles are only indica? They make different types of edibles now. They label them. There's indica ones, there's sativa ones. That's not true. Don't be spreading misinformation. There's all types of edibles. Saying weed. I just know I've known at least two people that said they can't smoke weed because they be tripping. But one of them could drink just fine though. But he was like, right, I never, I ain't hang out with him no more. Cause this man was like, we was hanging out, we was smoking and drinking. It was a long time ago. It was like a decade ago. And he was like, yeah. He was like, now I'm gonna want to hit it. I'm gonna ask you to hit the blunt because it was like I was gonna be smoking. We was both drinking. I was gonna be smoking. He was like, I don't really smoke, but he was like, hey, at some point I'm probably gonna ask to hit the blunt. He was like, don't let me hit the blunt. And I was just like, the fuck do you mean? Like, what in the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? What are you talking about? And this nigga really did that shit. Like, he really did. Like we was, the night was going on, we having fun or whatever. And he's like, let me hit that. Let me hit the blunt. And I'm like, no, you told me not to let you hit it. And this nigga started getting aggressive. He was like, man, come on, let me hit it. Shit, ain't nothing gonna happen. I was like, but you told me that. So I let him hit the blunt. But this man ended up passed out on the floor. And he was like, never again. And he was like, don't ever let me do that again. I was like, I tried. I thought you was gonna hit me. I don't know. Probably not. Anyways, never again. I hit the blunt people. I was just like, what in the world? Like, you a grown damn man. What are you talked about? Like, no, that was some weird shit. I was like, never again. That's why I don't smoke with people. Cause there's been too many instances where somebody start acting weird. And I'm like, nah. Cause I'm always chilling. Anytime I smoke, I'm always chilling. It's never no bad experience. But then other people be tripping. That's why I stay to myself mostly. I don't have no type of problems. I don't ever be feeling no type of way. I don't ever be like it's just every day. It's just cool. But with the other people who's involved, it's like then it's their emotions, they trauma, they weird shit. It's gonna come out at some point. Nah, he was aggressive though. That shit was scary. Like he was off the chain, and I was like, oh, I see why you said not to let you hit the blunt. But then at the same time, this nigga like literally was like, I'm gonna ask to do it. Don't let me do it. And then he did that shit. And then really was getting mad at me when I wasn't letting him hit the blunt. I was like, what's wrong with you? What's like, do you have a parasite? Do you have demons? Like, what is this? I was like, never again. Never again. That blunt is just fading up. Whatever hand grab. Oh no, not to a child. Oh. Oh. But yeah, that's why I smoke by myself so I could just chill. Cause other people are just they got too much going on. I can't smoke with somebody that we smoke a whole blunt and then it's like I'm still holding the blunt and they sitting there trying to roll up another one. I'm like, what are you doing? What's happening? Why are you why are you doing that? Want to sit there and chain smoke blunts? I'm like, no, get away from me. You're unhappy. You don't like life. You're not trying to like. There's a difference between you laid back having fun and you're not happy. And you trying to escape. There's a difference. And I feel like sometimes it's a thin line for people. I don't like the type of people that's walking that line. Like no, shit. I done took one hit. I'm good. I'll be. That's how I know I don't have no problem. I'm not addicted to. I'll be saying I'm about to smoke and be sitting there just yapping for like 20 minutes, and it's like, oh yeah, I was supposed to be smoking. I took one hit and forgot about it because I'm not like, yeah, I gotta do this to escape. Because life is great. It's just a little, and it's like seasoning. Yeah. For chain smoke blunts, now they have CHS. Ooh, what is CHS? Ooh, is that congestive? Ooh, hoo-wee. Just hard for. Bruh, sometimes I be hearing about this stuff. It make me take a little break. I just put it down. Cause I heard about somebody that had a collapsed lung. But it do be extreme shit. They be doing crazy shit. You know, like you said, chain smoking blunts or the one that had a collapsed lung. He said he was doing something like hitting the dab, the rig, the whole that whole contraption. I don't really mess with that. That's just. But he said he was doing that, but had it turned up as high as it would go, and he like scorched his lungs, and then had to go to the fucking hospital for. I was like, nope, 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 no. That's what I'm saying. Once you get into like, oh, let's do this, let's do this, and turn it to the max, and roll another one, and it's like, it's we supposed to be chilling. We're supposed to be relaxing and have a good time. I feel like that's what it's supposed to be for. Once you start doing other stuff, don't get away from it. Get some therapy. You need help. You're not happy. Trying to escape from shit. Nope, nope, nope. Get away from it. I honestly couldn't stand being around men like that. I was talking to a man like that chain smoke blunts. Like we smoke one. Okay, let's smoke another one. I'm like, I don't want to. I'm good. I'm high. I don't want to smoke another blunt. I don't wanna. You can. Probably shouldn't. I was like, I don't even think you're getting high no more. 2 blunts at a time in an hour or two. I mean, like back in the day, back in my younger days, we would do that, be in a circle, and we just automatically have multiple blunts going, like somebody rolling, another one rolling, and then we pass them 2 different ways. So it's like that type of rotation. That'd be cool sometimes. That's fun. But people that's just like, yeah, let's roll another one and another one and another one. I'm like, get away from me. You need therapy. Especially if it's like a random weekday. Like you're trying to do that shit on like a Thursday. It's like, no, get out of my face. This is one thing. It's the weekend. You off work, whatever. You want to smoke a bunch of blunts. Okay, cool, fun time. But you getting into avoiding responsibilities and wasting all your money and rolling up the last of what you got, and then you trying to go get some more. You're doing too much. Like I feel like I keep way more weed on hand than some people that like got an actual addiction. And like be spending their last on some more weed because like they, you know, like I keeps it on me. I got it on deck, but I'm not like constantly like I need to be constantly inhaling it to like feel okay. you know. But it's there. It's always there when I need it. Cause it's supposed to be form of entertainment, you know. Budget for it. You put like you budget for any other form of entertainment. If you're not budgeting for weed and you just spending your little last on it all the time, that's a problem. You're not a responsible adult. I hate to break it to you, but you might have a problem. You need some help. Because I know exactly how much I spend on it. I'm not spending no more than that per month. It's gonna last me the whole month. Cause I'm not a psychopath. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like if you gonna do some shit as an adult, like just I mean at the end of the day, do what you want. To each their own, but I do feel like there's a certain way you go about life for like your optimal happiness and well being and shit. Which budgeting I feel like is a large part of that. That a lot of people don't do. I feel like most of the people that be complaining about money and be like, I need to make more and I don't have enough. It's because they just spend it all on stupid shit. Like they actually have like they get paid enough to survive, but they just spend it all on stupid shit. Oh, what? Oh, I read it as CHF. I definitely put an F there instead of S. What do you? Cause why am I just now finding out there's what is this, a disease syndrome that they got cannabis in what huh stomach what is this? I ain't never heard of that before. I thought we was talking about your heart. What's hypermesis? That sounds dangerous. I still ain't took another hit yet. Or did I? I think I took like 2. It wasn't that even a full bowl in here to begin with. And I still ain't finished. Oh. I'm gonna take my break soon. It's dangerous. Hope I never get that. Gotta stay safe out here. I always tell people too. I feel like at the end of the day, the most important thing you could do is take care of yourself. Look out for yourself. Know like who you are, what you can handle, what you can't. And like I feel like the most important thing somebody can do is like be selfish to an extent. Cause at the end of the day, ain't nobody else like everybody else ain't shit. Nobody else is gonna be like, hey, unless you're like a small child, no one else is gonna be like, hey, make sure you do this, make sure you budget for this, and make sure you stay disciplined, make sure you don't do this too much, and like you gotta do that for yourself. And I feel like some human beings just aren't that good at it. Like they gotta be told what to do at all times and shit. And that's where you get into them programming people and showing you certain shit and all the propaganda and it's for all them people that they're easily impressionable and don't really think about stuff. Don't really be trying to figure out what they want to do, what they trying to do with their life. They just let other people tell them, this is what you should do, this is how you should go, this is how much money you should have, blah blah blah. Smoke a lot of weed interrupts your digestive system. I feel like it got to be a lot. Cause I just bought some more not too long ago, and I was like, damn, I'm up to an ounce a month now. I was like, ooh, I'm getting up there. I'm smoking a lot more than I used to. But I feel like it's still not that much. Like the person I knew that was chain smoking blunts, and then he said it was like it was something crazy. I forgot how much. Like was it a half or a half ounce? I want to say like every week or something, like a half ounce every week. It was something crazy like that. And I was just like, I mean, I could smoke a half in a week if I really wanted to, but I don't constantly do that. It's like I could, but I don't because of like monetary reasons. At the same time, people have been smoking heavy since they were 12. Have been Anybody? Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It all goes back to like you got to know yourself and like your what you can handle, what your like how stuff affects you. You got to know that for yourself. 'Cause you can't just look at what somebody else is doing and be like, oh, like your friend chain smoking blunts, no problem. You'd be like, oh, I'm gonna do that too, and then you end up with a fucking collapsed lung and CHS and all this type of shit. It's like, no. I feel like that's the best advice my daddy ever gave me. Hi, Dinesh. Welcome back. I feel like it's the best thing he told me when I was growing up. He was like, you gonna see all types of people doing all types of different things in life. And he said, but that doesn't mean you gotta do it. And I remember that. I feel like that sticks with me a lot. One time I kind of forgot about it. He reminded me. And then I was like, oh yeah, you did used to say that all the time. Especially when I'd just be, telling him about my little life and how I'm just keeping to myself and I ain't dating nobody and he'll remind me sometimes, well, I told you, you have to actually do all this stuff everybody else is doing. Just because you see somebody else do some shit, like you don't have to do that thing too, because sometimes it's not gonna be good. It might kill you. Or just send you on a bad path. Plus I got an uncle that he's like I forgot what exactly it was, but basically he went to a party and drank some shit and it was like something in it that he didn't know about and he's been messed up ever since. So I feel like all it takes is for me to see somebody else has some negative consequences and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be careful. I'm gonna not do certain shit. Like I don't have to wait to like it was some stuff where I was like, okay, my parents taught me right from wrong, but I gotta see for myself. But it is some things where I'm like, no, I don't actually need to ever I don't need to try to cocaine. I don't need to try skydiving. I don't, I don't feel no need to do certain shit in life because I'm like, it probably wouldn't go well for me, if I tried that. So I'm gonna just not do it. Hair like extra good today. Does it? Thanks. It's doing its thing. I am excited about this log journey. I'm not gonna lie. Because the first one was rough. Well, honestly, I don't even think it was. I think I just thought that it was because my hair was straight before then, and then all of a sudden it was like these messy twists all the time when I was trying to get the lock. And then people be calling it that too. They be trying to call it the ugly stage. We gotta stop doing that, especially black people. Especially black people. Ain't no ugly stage anywhere in your hair unless you literally not taking care of it. Like unless it's literally filthy and you not taking care of it, it's like matted and stuff. Then okay, maybe it's ugly. Maybe you need care for it. But like I don't want to hear nobody else say that. Talking about locks. I don't talk about it's the ugly stage. No. Fuck no. If you taking care of it, that's all that matters. Because that's all that matters in the end of the day. For real, for real. As long as you clean, as long as you healthy, as long as you taking care of the shit that like actually matters. Well, and you're showing up. Sure. It do be kind of that's why I'm happy with it. That's why I like it at this point because it's like it do be looking different in different days. One time I just put in my two little flat twists and then I left it like that for a couple hours and it was like kind of curly and wavy for a while. I was like, oh, I forgot it does that. Oh, cool. I like my hair. I do. I always have. I think it's because my parents always like loved me and supported me. So I always felt comfortable in my skin and with my hair and whatnot. But in the first time I had locks, you get locks again. The first time I had them for like 9 years. I cut them off about 3 years ago. It was real long. It was to my butt. Don't ask me why I cut them off. I was in the cold. There was a whole lot going on. But did that. So I was like, I feel like that's where my hair flourishes. It locks. Not that like I'm just not like loose natural hair. Certain types take a lot of maintenance to like keep it a certain way. I'm just not trying to have like a sideways fro that's like mashed down or whatever side I decide to be sitting back against something. I'm just not trying to have that. I'm just trying to have it more uh and then it dries out. It dries out too. If I just leave my natural hair out. Like I have to do so much more to like keep it moisturized and make sure it don't like fall out and shit. So locks are like the best for me, for my hair type, I feel like. They have their own brain. Word. That's why I like it. I mean, cause my own like my loose natural hair, it got a whole fucking mind of itself. So I'm like, we gotta do something. We lock it up. We gotta do something because it's like I'll be frustrated when I'll do my hair, like I'll take it down, whatever, and look a certain way, my natural loose natural hair, and I'll be like, wow, it looks great. And then I go outside, the wind be blowing, I come back in, it's a whole fucking different texture and faced a different way, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm tired of that shit. Like it does way too much on its own. It's like I don't know. Locks just work a whole lot better for me. I feel like it saves me a lot more trouble than constantly trying to get a specific style and then having that for like 10 minutes until it decides to do something else. And then I'm like, what was the point of that? What was the point of doing this whole fucking twist out and having it in overnight? And then if it's too much humidity outside, it goes the texture just goes away. I'm tired. It's too susceptible to the elements and different things. It's just I don't like how it'll just change on its own, and I don't know about it sometimes. So I gotta reel it in and lock it up. Lock it up. I was just gonna say I had these for about. I think I got these before COVID. Yeah, I had to wear a mask when I got it. I sure did. On my break. Micro twist. Damn. A good one. I want to see how it turns out because it just seems. It looks beautiful on other people. But I just be thinking about the retwists. I'm like, how? Like, I just don't physically understand how. But it looks beautiful on people. I like them. But I could never do that. Cause I always did my hair myself, anyways. Like when I had locks, half the time people thought I was free forming because I didn't really retwist them like that, and it's just gonna look like that after anytime it gets wet. No matter how when's the last time I retwisted it, it's just always gonna look like bye bye. You just freestyle. You don't care what your hair looks like, huh? And I'm like, it just does that. Like I wouldn't go in for that. It just does that if I literally haven't recently freshly retwisted it. So like my hair type could never do micro locks. It probably would just all turn into one afro all over again. Maybe I don't know. I like having my hair twisted though. Cause I tried. I was like, ooh, I cut off my locks a couple years ago. Let's see how long my loose natural hair gets. And I was like, no, no. I was like, we gotta lock it up. We gotta lock it up again. No, I was like, that's why I did it the first time. Cause I know myself. I know my hair texture. I know what all goes into it. No, I don't got time for that. As much as I'll be working and what I'll be trying to do, I don't got time for that. I like being able to wash my hair, maybe retwist it every now and then that's it. Cause this time around, I'm not even finna do all that. Cause if I retwist too much too, like the roots is gonna get thinner. So if it's gonna be semi freeform, I guess that's what we doing. I guess that's what's happening. Cause is why it's important to know yourself. Cause some people want to get a certain hairstyle or do certain things. It's like no, you literally can't with certain hair types. Or you just gonna have to do extra work or whatever. Oh, and half hat. I was like, you got all these at the same time. I knew somebody that had like 5 different hairstyles, like all the same head. She had like twists. She had a little like mohawk thing, and she had the bag. It was like, it was so weird. It's cool though. Buzz cut, dreads, taper fade. Men are easy. You can pretty much do whatever the fuck you want with your head, and it's gonna be fine to everybody else, unless you just got a big old bald spot. But every time I get on here, is someone like, "Oh, look at your hair. You need to do it. You need to do your hair." And I'm like, "Do what to it? Like I'm just existing. Like I'm just. Like, I don't feel like doing anything to it. That's why it looks like this. Because if I wanted to do something to it, if I felt like it, I would. But I don't. So that's why it looks the way it does. Because we always supposed to be doing certain thing, upkeep ourselves a certain way. But then at the same time, if I were to be sitting here with the whole wig on or straight hair and a bunch of makeup, then someone would be like, "Oh, you need to take all that off and be yourself." So it's almost like you should just do what you want at the end of the day, because somebody's always gonna be talking shit about your appearance, especially if you're a woman, especially if you're a black woman. Because it's like it's one of the two. It's either like they gonna be talking shit like, oh, you do your hair, or it's gonna be like the opposite, like, oh my god, especially from black men. Thank you so much for wearing your natural hair. Oh yeah, all the women need to be like you. And I'm like, I'm not doing this for you, nigga. Like, I hate that. I hate when niggas be saying that. Like, thank I've seen that word for word. Like, thank you for being natural. And I'm like, this is not for other people. It's not so people like me better. It's because this is what I feel like doing with my head. And I feel like you should just let people do what they feel like doing with their head. Because it's their head. Instead of being like, yeah, if other black women did this, that, and the third, it's like, or you could just love them the way they are. You could you could just try liking people with the way that they show up, the way they are, as long as they're being nice to you, instead of yelling at somebody for what they decide to do with their hair. Cause half the time women be having wigs and weaves and stuff, they have beautiful hair underneath it. That's the thing. I really don't like that. Like this whole thing. It's mostly only in the black community, but sometimes other people talk shit too. It's like why every time we want to do certain stuff with our hair, it's like, oh, you need to love yourself more. Take that off. It's like, what do you even ask how I feel about myself? You just looking at hair and being like, oh, you obviously don't love yourself. And it's like whole time they're taking care of their hair underneath the wig or whatever. Like some women literally wear wigs all the time for a protective style, and they have beautiful hair underneath it. And men don't care. Like they don't give a fuck. They'll still put you down and be like, "You don't love yourself. You ain't got no hair. You this, you that." I think everything's for them. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like a catch-22. Okay, bye. It's like a catch-22. Like hmm. Like I said, it's mostly black men. But I feel like it's a whole that could be a whole fucking can of worms if you want to get into it. Like that is this. We can get into about how you know men are increasingly finding themselves in this position where they're not desired how they were previously, and all throughout history. We used to like actually really need them to kind of exist in society and have things taken care of. Like we used to really need them, and now we don't. And a lot of them are feeling that, especially black men, and especially people that like are already like marginalized and feel like they're like less than in society. And I feel like a lot of them will take like any opportunity to try to put somebody else down. Because I feel like that's what happens a lot of time with black women, especially when they do this whole thing about like black women not loving themselves just because they have weave or wigs or whatever. It's like you didn't even take the time to ask somebody like how they feel about themselves. You're just making assumptions and making it like you have to present yourself a certain type of way in order to show to other people that you love yourself and you care about yourself, and that involves like wearing your hair a certain type of way, and it's like no, it doesn't actually work like that. It's like this whole thing of always trying to put somebody else in their place, and this is how you should do life, and this is how it should go. It's like who made you the author of like how a person should be? Like I hate men be saying that shit. Like I hate when black women do this and this with their hair. It's like why? Why do you hate what someone's doing with their own hair? Why does this matter to you? Or just be hung up on the fact that like someone's appearance isn't actually what they're presenting or whatever, and it's like, but you already know this. I don't be getting the concern and the backlash. Like if you see someone with a bunch of makeup on and hair to the floor, and then get mad when they take it off and they don't actually have hair to the floor. I don't get it. I just don't understand. Like just go for someone with natural hair and no makeup on if you don't like that type of thing. Because I feel like some men will literally. I'm supposed to be smoking. I'm supposed to be on my smoke break. I feel like some men will literally. It's like they'll go out of way to talk to women who have the characteristics they don't desire just to tell them about it. They literally will go for the women who are wearing the wigs and the weaves and the fake nails and all this stuff. They don't like women that do that. And it's like, why not make it easier and so you can just automatically like filter them out and just only talk to women that have the characteristics and the things that you like. You should know that they're against it. Like I've had men be like, I gotta get my thing, but like I've had men be so fucking weird about it. Like be talking to me, like know that I have hair, But if I decide to like put braids or twists in or whatever, they're like, "Oh, take that hat off. Oh, take it off. You need to take that." I'm like, "Why? Like, why am I not allowed to just like have my hair the way I want to? Like, well, how does that affect you in any type of way? It doesn't. It doesn't. They're like, take it off. Do this, do that." And it's like, what are you gonna give me in return? What do I get for taking out my braids? Oh, you just like me more? That's it? No, not good enough. Because I like myself no matter what my hair looks like. So it's like, what the fuck am I going to try to impress somebody that only likes me if my hair looks a certain type of way? When I like myself, no matter what my hair looks like. If I'm bald headed, got hair into my ass, you know, whatever I look like, I'm fine with it. So why aren't you? Why aren't you? You know? If I'm fine, what do I look like? All the time, no matter if the hair is real or not. Why aren't you? And if that's the case, like, why are you talking to me? That's what I'd be confused about. Boy, the amount of conversations I've had with men where I'm like, I feel like you don't like me. I feel like you don't actually like who I am and what I got going on. But like they still want to talk to me because they're attracted to me sexually. But they're like, I don't like this about you. I don't like that. You need to take this off. And I'm like, so why are we having a conversation when you don't like me? You don't like what's happening here. It's happened so many times. It's scary. Like the bad time I'll be talking to somebody, I'm like, well, it's giving you don't like me. You know, just the attitude, how you don't like how my hair is. It's giving you don't like me. So why are you trying to get inside me? You know, if you don't like it's scary. That whole thing is actually terrifying in itself. I try not to think about it too much, but we're already segueing into it. So because that's how sexual assault and stuff happens. Like the way men could be sexually attracted to someone and want to do intimate things with them, the whole process that brings forth new life, like they want to do that with people that they don't even like. That's scary. I think that's terrifying. Like they literally want to do all this, like being someone's most intimate part of their body, but don't like you. Don't like you as a person. Don't like what you do in your free time. Don't like the way you wear your hair. Don't like your like like I don't understand. and then and then it's like we know this. We know like because like there's literally whole crimes. There's a whole category of crimes when like you want to be sexually involved with someone, but you don't like them. You know, like it's a whole thing. I just think it's terrifying. I think men are terrifying. So I try not to think about certain stuff too much, but it's just like I did. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because it's like we already know this. We already know men will have sex with people they don't like. But then sometimes they'll like try to say shit out loud that's like contrary to it. Like it was a guy on the podcast, and he said something that sounded racist, and the guy was like joking with him, like oh, you don't like what's wrong with black people? And then the guy's immediately like, no, I fuck black girls. I've had sex with black girls. I'm obviously not racist. So I was like, ah. I wonder if slave masters used to think that racist white slave masters. I wonder if they like actually used to think that. You know, you got these people that are your property. You do whatever you want with them, and you're like, yeah, I'm not racist. I like them. I love having sex with them. Like that. And he literally asked them, like, it's two white guys. The other white guy is literally like, so you think because you have sex with them, that means you like them? And he's like, well, you think I'm gonna have sex with somebody I don't like? And he was like, yes, because that's what men do. That is literally what they'll do. I feel like men have said that word for word before. I don't like you. I just want to have sex with you. I'm like, you're a psychopath. You're crazy. You're a crazy person. That's what. Woo! God damn it. My blonde water spilled. Fuck. Shit. That's what I get. That's what I get, man. Oh, the humanity. mama couch. Not on my mama couch. Ah, it's all men's fault. Look what they made me do. Look what they made me do. It's all their fault. I blame men. I blame men for every minor inconvenience that I have. I'm just kidding. Mostly. I. Uh, yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah. So, why? Tell that if you picture why? Why? Tell it to me that way. You know. That means I gotta put more water in the bomb, damn it. I'm gonna have to scrub this. It's gonna smell like bong water. Oh, oh, oh. Damn. Whole time, I've never actually had blunt on my break. That's crazy. When they say my, that is human nature. Honestly, when I think about men and the crazy fucked up shit they be doing and all the podcasts I be listening to of women going missing or getting killed by the husbands or the boyfriends or some random man that just wanted to have sex with them and they said no. What did I think about that? And then I be thinking about like philosophers. They be talking about like is man inherently evil and this and that. Like, cause sometimes I'll look at this type of stuff and I'm like, I don't think man is inherently evil. But then I think about like actual men. Like I'll be thinking about man, like humanity. But then I'll be thinking about like actual everyday men, and I'm like, no, no, I think they might be right. I think they might be onto something, and maybe they are inherently evil. Like when you watch the people that get caught and shit, especially the predators, like the way some people will operate behind closed doors when no one's watching them and no one's holding them accountable, and they'll just be doing all this shit that they know is bad, illegal, gonna hurt somebody, but they don't care. And then when they get caught, then there's another grown man in their face with handcuffs. Talk about you're under arrest. Then that's when it's oh no, I didn't mean it. Oh no, I'm that guy. But it's like people will be evil and be confident about it as long as no one is around to stop them. A lot of times, that's why we need the goddamn rules and police and shit. Cause some people will really be evil with no shame until they get caught, and they'll get caught and they'll go and do the same shit again. Some of them, a lot of them, repeat offenders is a huge thing. So I think a lot of people are kind of just for some reason inherently evil, but like, but it's weird because they won't be evil like all the time. Like they'll go to work. Some of them goddamn predators was like working with kids, like driving school buses. One was a like a math tutor. like there'll be evil people that like will be doing shit. Like they shouldn't be allowed in certain spaces. They shouldn't be allowed around people. Period. But they'll be like doing certain shit and get away with it because it's like they know
outwardly being evil is not acceptable because there's going to be consequences. But a lot of people will do it, like as much as they can get away with it, and then get caught and be like, oh no, and then they got all these excuses. Like they can't even just like own up to the evil shit they be doing. I feel like people like that are like the absolute worst and the scariest people. Like people you want to talk about this esoteric stuff like demons and stuff. I'm like, no, real life people who operate and act like they're normal, but behind scenes they try to like do stuff with a small child or they plotting on murdering somebody. Like those are the scary ones. That's the scariest shit. We don't make up no nothing that's crazy to study and be jumps like real life people, real life predators, real life evil people. That's the scariest one to me. Somebody said that yesterday. Oh, let's talk about this and put you on to something that is scary though. Though it's scary, and it's like I ain't heard nothing supernatural yet that is scarier to me than some of these men out here that exist in real life. Like some of them, especially them psychopaths that's chaining people up in basements, nigga. Ain't no demon scarier than them. Cause I ain't seen the demon. I you know, the shit is just a story, a scary story cannot top like a scary story that actually happened in real life. It'd be scary shit happening in real life. And people would just be like, oh yeah, whatever. Oh, another person got sent to jail for this, that, and the third, whatever. But like, want to be all hyped? Oh, scary story. Oh, this thing is so cool. It's so scary, but it's like it's all made up because people always need something else to something else to be fascinated by, something else to be scared by. It's always not enough for people. Real life ain't scary enough. I don't know how. Just the cases of real life tragedies, I feel like are enough. People want to go down demon rabbit holes and shit. Oh, boy, don't nobody give a damn. So nobody give a damn. At the end of the day got to end. Now I gotta work. I'm gonna pack me another bowl though. That. They say away, play, 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 play. They say away, play. Strawberry Bomber. I think the other one was the Goofies. I like both of them. I like both of them. I should mix them and see how that goes. But I'll do that later. That might be the third bubble. Oh, I'll drop the pace. Get back in there. You ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna smoke you too. No, you get back in there. Where you going? Reaching out, splitting ecstasy side. Here, always, shake my window, sweet seducing side. The shade right. It's like I feel like they refuse to let Michael Jackson be a good person. He tried. He tried so hard, and it's like they absolutely refused until he was dead, and it was like, oh, he was such a good person. Oh, hate that he's gone. But the whole time he was living, they would not let that man be a good person. It was always he weird, he's gay, he's doing something to kids, he's this and that. Cause they won't let it. Be like, oh, there's so many evil people out here. So, cause society, people will not let somebody be a good person.
It's like you either hyping up the people that's doing evil and being like, oh, they're actually good, or people that's actually doing good, you making up shit and saying they're not good. They're a bad person. I feel like that's how it goes. Like they will not hype up people that are actually good for shit until they die. Then when people die, oh, it's like, oh my gosh, oh they were such a good person. Oh, they were so good. The whole time they was alive, didn't give a shit. He was like, nope, that's weird. That's weird. That's bad. Won't allow it. Cause I don't like good shit. That's why all the trending stuff, all the stuff that gets the views, half the time is bad. It's toxic. It's drama. It's negativity. 'Cause people don't like good stuff. People like bad stuff. That doesn't make any sense. Why would he buy a little boy an engagement ring? He's probably giving him a fucking ring pop or something. Probably got some in a damn machine. He's like, look, he got it right there. It's an engagement ring. Like, what? Because I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life. And I feel like, honestly, people that be talking shit about a dead man, it just don't hold no weight. I just don't leave it. I'm not with it. And all the people that's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna actually say the truth. He was this, he was that. It's like, no. I feel like it's literally bullshit that people made up to assassinate his character. I do not believe it whatsoever. Now, he was weird. Because if anything, you say, oh, him sleeping in the bed with little kids, like, no. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and it's fine and nobody say anything about it. Like, no, that's bad. That's weird. But I don't feel like that meant he was actually doing, like, he didn't get convicted. So, like, it's people that did real fucked up shit and either got convicted or it's like there's literally like, abundance of evidence or like everybody knows they did fucked up shit. Like, like founding fathers and shit, like people that had like owned slaves and like actually like traumatized. Like there's actual people walking around traumatized instead of people that's giving full interviews where they're like, yeah, he preyed on me for years and years, but then they got a whole wife and kids with no problem. Like they didn't have any type of issue procreating and dating and being involved with other people. But they was so hurt and traumatized. But this man is actually traumatized. They never really get to have that. Like he didn't really get to have this whole normal little perfect family or whatever. But they just be sitting there with this whole little family. Whole time apparently he was trying to do stuff with them up until he died. Like it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up to me. This man's beyond beautiful. No, I'm talking about people that we know did fucked up shit, and then there's people that's like, well, there's evidence for anyway. If you look at this, if you squint your eyes and look at this video, it's like, nah. First of all, ain't nobody listening to LaToya fucking Jackson. Shut the fuck up. LaToya said, shut up. Everything's irrelevant. Every goddamn thing is irrelevant. Cause she should have shut the fuck up too. Cause did you miss the part where she said somebody told her to say that shit? Or that don't mean nothing? That didn't happen? Cause miss me with the bullshit. She said this, she did. And then also she get an interview where she said, dude she was with, you gotta say this about Michael. I don't really want to say this about Michael. Well, you gotta. And so she did. And then said, he told me, I don't actually believe XYZ. Like, what are we fucking talking about? She literally said, I lied. He didn't actually do the shit. It's like, LaToya said that. Bullshit. It's all bullshit, like I said. It's some bullshit. It's not actual, like, evidence. It's someone saying some bullshit and literally saying after the fact, I said a lie. Like, she said it on goddamn TV or whatever it was. Like, shut up. That's all it is. This person said this. This person said that. But not an actual conviction. Not an actual traumatized person walking around here. I watched that whole goddamn thing that they did. It was like, 60 Minutes Australia? And it was like that the family them kids that was like the manager's kids or something. He was supposedly mistreating and doing like the whole thing smelled like bullshit. And it's like that's all they had to go through. When they did that whole fucking trial, it was all bullshit because the only thing they really had as evidence was a finger, like a thumbprint from this kid on a Playboy magazine that Michael Jackson had. And that was the only thing they were trying to use to be like, oh, clearly they were sitting here flipping through Playboys together. And then they found out that the reason why Michael Jackson didn't get convicted is because they found out that that thumbprint that they found from that little boy was after the case had already started. He had never was sat there looking at it, and then there was a thumbprint from before, and that was the evidence. It literally was like fucking contaminated, and it happened after the fact. They said this. That's why he wasn't convicted, because they didn't have sufficient evidence to convict this man. It wasn't a mistrial. It wasn't somebody trying to, like, he actually got tried and sat there and went through all the bullshit and was found not guilty because he wasn't guilty. And then you want to talk about all this other bullshit. He's on camera doing this. That's just what, like, you literally saying stuff people said that are against him. He's like, "Bro, this is the most suspect place ever." That's not evidence. Saying stuff looks weird. Saying this looks weird. That is not evidence. Like, they literally have professional people who take evidence into consideration, and they looked at it all, and they concluded. You didn't go to fucking law school, nigga. The people who do that shit for a living, they concluded that he was not guilty. So it's like, what are we talking about? What are we actually talking about? You just talking shit and speculating. It's fine, you allowed to do that, but it's like, no. It's not that he wasn't convicted, and like everybody's saying the shit in that. It's not that, oh, you gonna be the one lone wolf or whatever, even though it's other people saying it. No, this is actually, he actually did that shit. No, he didn't. It's been proven that he didn't. He didn't. You can be one of them few people that keeps talking shit and saying that he does, but it's not gonna make it true. It's not gonna make no shit happen. The man's dead already. That's what I'm saying. Like the stuff that people talk shit about other people that died, like Hitler, like it's not nothing up for debate. People know the nigga was killing people. Like it's weird. Like it's not the same correlations. People know that these people were killing people, raping people, whatever. That's why we talk shit about them after they died. But you do that with Michael Jackson, somebody who was literally found not guilty after they went through this whole long trial for like what? How long? I don't even know how long it was. Because obviously there's cases where people go through trial and then found not guilty, and we know they did it, like OJ. But it's like there's a general, like, nobody thinks OJ's innocent. Like it's like a general consensus type of thing. Like there's probably a couple people. It's probably about as many people saying OJ didn't do it as people saying Michael Jackson did do it. It's like, what are we talking about? I feel like it's people that just like, there's always people that want to like do the devil's advocate and like be on the other side, and it's like, I'm going against the grain. All you people are dumb. You can't see it how the truth really is, and it's like you're not that guy. Y'all don't be that guy. It's not like that. That's just my opinion anyway. Keep it like, it looks like you keep repeating the same things. Did you see the video of him purchasing the child ring though? Because that's not a video of him purchasing a child ring is not evidence that he molested them. Like, did you see the videos where he was calling women fishes? And saying he was going fishing? You think that meant that nigga was going fishing and actually catching women on a fucking fishing hook? No. That's just what he called women. That was his code name. Did you hear about that? When he was asking him to bring fish up to his room? And he was talking about grown ass women? Did you hear those? Did you hear those videos? Discovered that his butler was a serial killer. I feel like you get everything from TikTok. Because you wasn't there. You don't fucking know. Like, what does that have to do with whether or not OJ did it? I was watching the Catch a Predator one, and they found out that the predator they caught, his cousin was a police officer. Does that mean the police officer is a fucking pedophile too? Like, what are we talking about? People just make up shit and they just correlate it, and they're like, obviously this makes sense, and it doesn't. Like, you can freely do that in your mind, but it doesn't mean it like actually adds up, you know? People get found out all the time. Like, it's almost like the people that do shit, there's people around them and related to them, like all the time. Like, you can't just be like, oh, their so and so was this, and show sufficient evidence to link them to a fucking crime just because they're related to somebody, just because they was there, just because they're employed by them. Like, what? People that do crimes are related to people, have relationships with people, and they don't be knowing about the stupid shit they be doing until they get caught. That's how that works. What are they doing? So that's not a good, is not sufficient evidence. It's a new theory. I mean, he could have paid the butler to do it. That still means it was his idea. That happens all the time. What are we talking about? No, it actually wasn't him. It was somebody else. Like, everybody know that man did it. Just like everybody know what's her name, Chloe is his daughter or whatever. Everybody knows she got a black daddy. We just, we all keep acting like it Rob or whatever is daddy. Everybody knows she look different. Everybody know her lips is bigger. Everybody know this. Like, it's like common knowledge. But it's like whatever. Especially when they asked OJ. It was somebody caught him and they was like, yeah, congratulations, because Chloe's getting married. And he was like, okay, and it's great for her and her father, but I'm not her father, so you don't need to tell me. It's just the way he was saying it. He was like, bro, that's your daughter. You the daddy. You the pappy. It was so funny. Get your king, whatever. He's never had TikTok. I don't have a TikTok either. It's just that's just what I call it when I can tell people just see stuff on the internet because it's usually TikTok. That's where people be scrolling the most and get facts from, and they like, oh, I heard this. Oh, I saw this. Oh, it's true. It's like, no, it's not. Like, people can put any goddamn thing on the internet. This whole AI videos now. You can't be like, oh, I saw this, so obviously it means X, Y, Z. And you didn't even go no fucking law school. Like, you're not even a detective. Like, you're not even that type of people swear they so smart. I figured it out. I seen this. I seen that. I know what's going on. No. No. It's nice to think about it. But no. His daughter speaks. Okay. All right. But I'm saying the whole thing looked fishy. And I feel like maybe not as much anymore, but I feel like most people have some degree of common sense. And that's why there generally is a consensus. That's why common sense is a thing, because there's genuinely consensus about like what reality is and what the facts are. And then I feel like there's always this little group of people that's like, actually, you're all wrong. No, I know the truth. But it's like you just speculating, just like anybody else, We don't know. Like, literally, all we know is that that man was not convicted. So the fucking professionals whose job it is to figure out if somebody did a crime concluded that he didn't do a crime. Guess what? He ain't do the crime. And it's really not sufficient enough people running around here traumatized, to be honest. I like I was saying, I feel like I derailed from that, but I watched that whole fucking 60-minute Australian. Oh, Michael Jackson did this to all of us for all these years. I was like, no, no, that's not how. No, because you have Michael Jackson who was actually abused as a child, and because of that, you see how he literally like was so weird sexually to the point they're like, "Are you gay? Are you a virgin?" I mean, like not able to really have like good functional interactions and interpersonal relationships like that. And then you have these people who are saying, Oh, we were all traumatized by him, but they were able to like get married and have kids in the midst of that. While he was supposedly still talking to him up until the year he died, allegedly. And it's like, no, that doesn't make any sense. That he was doing these awful, awful, terrible sexual things to you, but you was able to get married to somebody. You was able to date somebody, get to know them, let them touch you just fine. But Michael Jackson had an issue with women touching him. Like Naomi Campbell kissed him accidentally. He ran away on the set of In the Closet. He took off running. He was like, "Oh no, we was supposed to do that." Like you telling me this man, it was the same man who they is shy to even talk about shit, was just groping and doing all types of stuff against somebody's will? No. No. It's just I just don't think it works like that. I've said it before. Like if Michael Jackson did any of that, it's like look, if any of that was true, it would have to be good that he's dead. Cause he would have to be like the most diabolical person to ever existed to be making all these songs about save the children, heal the world, be doing interviews where he's talking about introspection and you gotta look at yourself and he's a perfectionist and he's always looking at ways to better himself because it's never good enough. And he's saying how other people don't really do that, and that's why he made the song Man in the Mirror. Like people who do awful things and are narcissists and do terrible things, they don't do a whole lot of introspection. They don't try to better they just say I'm this good person and I swear you just believe it, you know, or they just know they're fucked up. But no, they don't talk about themselves like that, and actively talking about prayer and bettering themselves. And yeah, they have this and this problems, but like no, that's not how somebody talks when they are fully cool with abusing the child. Huh? Yeah, about Kim Kardashian caught smuggling dope. I bet they be doing all types of shit. Like duh. Such a Bieber. Now those things I believe absolutely. No, the wrestling legit. Oh yeah, of course. But it's like, and Diddy's not wasn't sitting in no interviews talking about introspection, man. He's just like I'm that nigga. Yeah, I'm good. I'm like, no, it's not the same people. It's not the same energy. It's not the same. Like, you can't be like, oh, this person's weird, so they're obviously, like an evil person. This, that, third. Like, nah, Michael Jackson had issues. Like, I'm pretty sure he was autistic. Like, he had a lot going on, but I don't think one of them was actually like harming the children he's singing about protecting. That would be crazy. Like, that would be diabolical. Like, if he was doing that, it'd be like good that he's dead. Cause what the fuck? It's not true. You're an American. You're the president of the United States. They publicly promote virtue. Meanwhile, they're no, no. That's not the same thing. I'm not talking about publicly promoting virtue. I'm talking about people who are literally having a personal conversation about themselves and them working on things. Like, no, I'm not talking about people that just blatant statements about being good and moral. No, it's not the same thing. Not talking about presidents that have to say certain shit on camera because it sounds good because that's what they're supposed to do. And then someone who's doing an interview, like a rare interview, and like not even like gotta fucking listen closely to hear what the nigga's saying because he speaks so low. Like, no, it's not even like a widely, I forgot what it was or who interviewed him, but like that is not the same fucking thing at all. There's literally not the same thing. I'm saying there's a different way people are. There's the way people talk. There's a difference between yeah, love everybody, be a good person, obviously, and then you go do some like is a whole difference between that and like actual introspection. They literally it was some billionaire. He said he does not do any type of introspection. He was like, no, I don't do that. They don't. Like this is a whole different. You could just tell in the conversation. I don't feel like I can fully explain it in words. To be honest. Morning, Jed. Morning. I don't feel like I can fully articulate it, but it's like no. Someone who was on a stage in front of billions of people and like I mean shit. They talk about the same nigga that say grab him by the pussy though. So it's like obviously we know he's on fuck shit. Like what are we talking about? They promote like okay, yeah, the same person that say he's a Christian but was grabbing him by the pussy. That's what we compare Michael Jackson to? Like, what are we talking about? And they called him gay and he was looking at titties the whole time. Didn't listen to him though. Didn't care. Just people gonna say what they want at the end of the day. That man would be so excited. Behind the scene videos where he's like, oh look at them, oh look, wow, they're just bouncing up. Like he's literally looking at women and being aroused by them and talking about them, and they're like, well, I don't know, I think he's gay because he's weird and he talks slow. That man was so attracted to women. All of it. But yeah. Man, pipe down. Yeah, I'm not making a whole case before anybody even said nothing to you. Hey, I've been here for a while. We're having a good conversation. Do not kick me out, okay? First of all, this is not your show. You get what you get. Whatever happens here, it happens because of what I feel like doing. You don't run shit. Thanks for your opinion, but you don't run shit. I'm just saying. Y'all need to watch yourselves. I hate when people come on here and act like they gonna dictate how things go. No, it's not a democracy. It's a dictatorship, nigga. Anyways, new conversation. Michael Jackson was innocent. New conversation. That's why everybody need to take care of themselves and worry about themselves and what they got going on. Because at the end of the day, other people ain't shit. They gonna talk shit about you even after you die, even after you prove it not guilty, even after everybody like professes they love you and you great thing walking around entertaining people. People still gonna be talking shit and be like, nope, need this, need that, and just lying on. So that's why you gotta be selfish and just work on yourself and do what makes you happy. At the end of the day. Speaking of dictatorship, Cuba's almost free. Who cares? I'm just kidding. Somebody cares. Good for the Cubans. Except, what do you like? What do you mean by almost? What does that even mean? Doesn't make any sense. What are we talking about? Somebody being almost free. If they're not free yet, they'll wait till then. It's too early. Excuse me. That's it again. Oh my gosh. That's all I do. And I need to charge my phone. So 9%. Hey, good, how are you? Sounds trying to do some shit. It end up bad for people. Every time you do some shit. But whatever. I got power for months. Well, I knew that part, I think. But so Trump go come in and save the goddamn day, and then he's gonna be a hero. Is that what we're talking about? He's gonna fucking liberate Cuba. Is that what Trump about to do? He about to liberate some Latinos. He's about to liberate the Latinos that he doesn't like. What are we talking about? Oh, Daddy Trump is on the way. Don't worry. And then he gonna be like, and make sure you don't come in our country though. Get the fuck out. Be free, have power, but you better not come over here. Better come over here, we gonna deport you. We're gonna snatch you up, put you in camp. Like, what is this? What is this? Is he liberating them just so they can put more people in camps? I feel like that sounded horrible. I mean, I feel like he's that diabolical. Oh my gosh, is that it? Is that the secret plot? I feel like I figured it out. He's liberating more brown people so he can oppress them himself. Oh my god. He's a monster. Sounds right to me. Sounds about white to me. Probably couldn't hear me because of the audio. He's liberating more brown people just so he can oppress them himself. That's what I said. In case anybody didn't hear it, in case you missed it. That's what it sounded like. At first, I was just bullshitting, but then I'm like, nah, that sound like some bullshit that rich, powerful, psychotic white people would actually do. That sounds exactly like something he would do. I'm gonna liberate you all. It's gonna be the best liberation ever. You're gonna be so free. And then they gonna be at a goddamn camp working for him. I just know it. I feel like that's where we're going with this. Or they're gonna start building a bunch of shit in Cuba. Like how they try to steal that island from Albania. Which is crazy. They'll even oppress each other. They'll even oppress other white people. Bro, that shit was crazy. Have you seen that? His daughter doing a fucking talk about, yeah, we were just on a yacht and then we just saw this island and we were like, wow, that's cool. And then we swam to it and then we hiked to the top of it barefoot and they were like, oh my gosh, we should just totally take this island for ourselves and build a bunch of shit on top of it, just make a whole project out of it. And we're gonna have all this art and it's gonna be really cool. And it's fucking Albania's shit. And they're protesting like, bitch, this is our place. We was already here. Like, bitch, we was here first. Like that, I was like, modern day colonization of other white people is crazy. Like that is insane. I didn't know they could still do that. I ain't know white people was still doing that. Just rolling up on pieces of land and be like, I'll take this. This is mine now. Everyone, look at this island I found. Isn't it grand? And then the people on there are like, bitch, what? And they're white. And they're white people. I feel like they don't consider them the same because they like speak. Then they speak another language. They got a little hue. They got a little bit of melanin. I feel like Childish Gambino said something like that. That Albanian girls and black girls are white women. Because he said Filipinos are like the black girls are Asians. It doesn't make any sense, but it does at the same time, you know. It was another group. I forgot what it was. But no, it's like they're white people, but they got a little color to them, and then they speak another language. So I feel like the other white people are like, close enough, colonization, it's happening. we see you got your beautiful land. We want it. We're gonna take it. Have a nice day. And then all the people are like, no, they're out there protesting.
They got signs and everything. They're like, this is our shit. We were here first. Cause it like then they said it started off with some shit like they were supposed to be building like and then it's all US money. It's all because just because she's daughter of the president and shit. Like they just almost like the blatancy is just crazy. And then nobody give a fuck. Like they didn't give a fuck the first time, really, with colonization. I mean, wasn't really enough people to like stand up against them and be like, "Hey, this isn't cool." But I feel like now it is. I feel like now there's enough organization and communication where we could see white people doing crazy shit and be like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that. You can't just colonize somebody like that." But I think they said it started off like it was supposed to be building something on the island for Trump or for America, whatever. I don't know. And then it turned into they just got the whole island now. They just took the whole island. They were like, yeah, it's ours now. I was like, I didn't know you could just. I didn't know white people would still find stuff to colonize. I thought they did it all, but now they going after white people's stuff, other white people's territory, and be like, yeah, this is mine now. They did it with all the brown people. Now they got to circle back around. I think that's crazy. But I feel like if enough people was like, yeah, no, you can't do that shit, then they wouldn't be able to. But it looks like it's just the people of Albania protesting. That seems to be all. I don't see nobody else doing it. Like that would be crazy if Mexico just like rolled up somewhere and like it was like, thank you, gracias. This is our island now. Thank you. Thank you for the island. But like white Americans for some reason can still do that shit. And everybody's just like, yeah, well, that's the president. That's some people they could just do that. It's like how? But if anybody else, like they like if Obama tried that stupid shit, like if uh what was his daughter, Sasha Malia was sitting there doing a goddamn interview, like, yeah, we found this island over here when we were just on our yacht and we're just gonna take it and build it and we're gonna spend a whole bunch of money, just all the daddy's money, all of the taxpayer money, and we're just gonna build a whole bunch of shit on top of it. It's gonna look really nice. We're gonna have like the top architects and artists just redecorating it. Like there would be a lynching that would take place if black people was doing that. If black people was like, yeah, this island we found that is in a whole nother country's territory is ours now, they would have lynched Obama's whole family if they did anything close. They said when one of them made a goddamn movie, they was talking about this corruption and this and that because Obama gave us some money to make the movie. But white people can literally just take people's territory. And nobody's like, hey, this is corruption, this is bad. Like they just doing a little podcast interview about it. Like it's fine. That's crazy. And meanwhile, black people just be existing. And people are like, hey, you're doing wrong, you're causing problems. And it's like, but we're literally didn't colonize nobody, didn't take nobody's land, didn't force nobody to do no shit. I guess they will. Like it mostly be hood boogers just doing hood rat shit. It's not even any black people with power mobilized anywhere doing anything on a large scale. But they'll be having an issue with us. And it's like white people's out here literally still colonizing other white people. But they not the problem. Like I don't get it. I don't understand. How we the problem and we ain't even colonize nobody. Huh? What about this? They be like black people this, black people that. Name one group, one place where we colonized them and stripped them of their land and resources and made them worship our God and speak our language. Name one time when black people did that. Nobody else really did that. It was mostly just white people. That was like, yeah, we run shit now on Earth. Everybody else is less than. I'm pretty sure everybody else was chilling and maybe had disputes among each other, like tribally from time to time, but for the most part, we was just chilling, and white people was like, "Ow, oh, we've evolved a little bit. We got reading and writing going on. We were about to take shit over. We got boats. Oh, we take it over." So yeah, that's how white people popped up. That could be a bunch of content right there. I feel like as soon as they got some boats and could go far enough, it was like, yeah, we taking over. Yeah, we rolling in this thing. Yeah, I'll take that. That land's ours now. Yeah. Oh, you was here existing? Shut the fuck up. Nah, we will kill you. Either assimilate with us or die. Like white people was really on some terrorist shit for a long time. I'm glad they calmed down because it was really being a fucking menace to society. I mean, still kind of are, but like at least they scaled it back, you know. At least they reeled it in enough to where we can survive for more than a couple years. You know, we could have a long life if we choose to nowadays. So I appreciate that. But they was really on a rampage for a good while. It was this land is my land, this man is my land. It's not your land, this man is my land. Like they was really going ham. And I'd be thinking about like what was it actually that made them finally be like, okay, let's maybe we need to chill out, you know? Was it just like enough of them looking at each other and being like, hey, this shit's crazy? Or is it like actual evolution taking place? Like I'd be wondering, you know, the behind the scenes, the underlying mechanisms that facilitated white people calming the fuck down a little bit. Because it used to be awful. Even recently. Like they literally used to call us pieces of property and all the crazy stuff they say on the internet behind closed doors. They used to just say that in your face on the streets. They used to not let us go to school and shit. Like not let us fucking read. They used to fucking punish us for trying to read and write. Like that's some crazy shit. Like you so diabolical. You want to impress somebody so bad that you're like, yeah, don't you dare try to educate yourself and try to figure out that you a person that got rights and should be existing freely. Don't you dare. Mm, I guess. Thank goodness for Abraham Lincoln or whatever. Cause woo, survival of the fittest, man. And then it's like some of them be so weird. Like they finally calm down and stop just grabbing us up and killing us all the time and forcing us to do stuff for them 24/7. Like they finally stopped that, and then they'll turn around and be like, "Yeah, we let you have liberty. You should be glad." And it's like, nah, for real, I am. Like, thank you, because they used to be skinning us and making lampshades and didn't have no shame, no not a care in the world. Used to be pulling our teeth out. Used to be raping us left and right and making all these children that they didn't account for or provide for in any type of way. I'm glad. I'm glad they scaled back and said we could be people. I'm glad they did that. Cause boy, existence was looking bleak back then. I'm sure. Sounded awful. But it's just the way they used to be so awful, and then some of them will be so diabolical. They'll be like, "Wait, be glad you're not a slave. Be glad you're not this." I am. No, you betcha I am. Cause it sounded awful. I don't know how they survived. I don't know how my ancestors made it. Like imagine your whole life is being somebody else's goddamn property, and you're just constantly being talked to any kind of way, being treated any kind of way. Any fucking moment they can just snatch you up and just do whatever they feel like it to you, including kill you with no repercussions whatsoever. That's some scurry shit. That sounds terrifying, actually, and I don't feel like we've given enough thought to it. People would be like, "Oh, it was so long ago. Stop talking about the past." It's like, nah, I feel like it needs to be talked about more because it was actually like really, really crazy. Like we think it's crazy when someone get found in somebody's basement now. A couple of people. We think that's insane. But that used to be like the norm on a plantation. Like that's exactly what was going on. You chained up somewhere you don't want to be at. And you can't do nothing about it. Ain't nobody coming to save you. I mean, they had abolitionists and then Harriet Tubman. Somebody they tried, but because you just forced to live this bleak existence, unless somebody else out of the goodness and out of their heart, and them being courageous enough to try to save you, even though they know they are literally probably gonna die for that. That's the only way you could have any type of hope of living a regular life. No wonder. No wonder some of us are so downtrodden now. Because I feel like that shit gets passed down. How could you have people living like that for so long, for hundreds and hundreds of years, carrying that through generations, and then think you set them free, and then they supposed to just, but they still mistreat us after that. It's like they let us go in 1865, but it's not like everything was fine and dandy after that point. It's not like everybody just got along. It's not like they stopped snatching us up and doing whatever they wanted to us after 1865. It's not like that actually happened. Like, it was just on paper. Some people didn't even know the way communication worked back then. Some people, like when slavery ended, some people didn't even fucking know. Nobody told them, and so they just kept being a slave. Like that was the whole thing. And then sometimes it just straight turned into sharecropping. That went on through like the 30s and 40s and 50s. Like some people were like literally never freed for real. Like I feel like some black people is like we literally start off on a fucking plantation and then was there for like generations, and then it moved to sharecropping, and then it's like still generations and generations of oppression, and then now they're in the hood, and it's still it's just been like this ongoing like oppression and not being able to get out of it for whatever reason, because there's always reasons. Either they just don't have the willpower, the resources, or but I'm like, how we would be expected to just suffer such ill treatment for so long, and then okay, boom, you freed out, be productive member of society, do good, talk like us, do what you're supposed to do, don't mess up, but we're also not going to give you any resources to help you do that. I mean, they started getting food stamps after a while, but that was mostly goes to white women. To be honest, that's mostly what it was made for. But I don't understand it, and I feel like if the tables have been turned, like imagine if white people had went through slavery. You know how different things would be if that had been the case. You know how many reparations they would have gotten and all the special treatment they would get so that they would be able to like function in society like everybody else after all of this long span of ill treatment. But it's like and I feel like for one it's because it's this whole attitude of like black people being tough and strong, and that's why they picked us to do the free labor anyways. Cause like look at these strong niggers, yeah, they can handle anything, they can endure anything, and so that's why like after all these atrocities and things, it's just like well, it's fine, it happened, get over it. But it's like anytime something happens to anybody else, any other group of people, they're giving reparations and resources, and you can't say nothing bad about the whole group of people. Otherwise, you're gonna lose your job. You know, it's like we're paying the price of being so resilient and strong, in the sense that
It's like we were so resilient and strong. They didn't feel the need to help. You know, they just let us go after all these atrocities, and it's just like, yeah, you got it. You good. You could do it. You could be a regular human being after all this time of existing as property and being this like, huh, that's just crazy to think about for real, for real. It's like all this time of existing as someone's property, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, cool, you be a person now. But it's like they literally didn't know how and just had to figure it out. And then during that is still a bunch of racism and oppression and still being made fun of, and any type of way we tried to get our bearings and okay, cool, let's try to exist now. Let's sell some watermelon. Okay, that grows really well where we're at. We can make money off that, and then that turns into a whole fucking stereotype where white people are making fun of us just for trying to fucking survive. That's literally where the stereotypes came from. Watermelon and fried chicken, it came from black people doing their very best to survive and doing it well. So well that white people got upset about it and started making fun of the way that we chose to keep ourselves alive and prosper. And made that a whole thing to talk about and insinuate that they were lazy. Like they literally took that. They took the watermelon and was like the thing that we were using to profit ourselves and be able to provide for ourselves. They took that and made it a whole stereotype to mean that we're lazy and we don't do shit. We just sit around and eat watermelon all day. They took that. They literally made a stereotype out of black people working hard to fucking survive. And one of the ways was by growing watermelons. And they said, oh, no, it's because you're lazy. And made a whole fucking stereotype out of it. And that's where that comes from. Racism is something else, I'll tell you what. It's something else. Like you doing your fucking best to survive. And somebody not only shits on you for it, but starts a whole fucking rumor, basically, that you ain't shit, you're lazy, you're this, you're that. When you're in the midst of doing your best to survive. And now that's what you're known for. Now to this day, there would be people commenting watermelon and fried chicken over and over. Cause that's what we fucking used when we got freed from slavery to try to provide for ourselves. Like it's a sick world out here. That's why you gotta keep to yourself. Make sure you take care of yourself, cause it's a fucking sick world out here. I gotta charge my phone so you can see it. Wait, I got